Monday. Welcome to the start of another week. It was very fast coming around, wasn't it? But I hope you're keeping well. Tonight, we continue with our landmark series, part 4. We're heading to one of Britain's most mysterious and enduring monuments. Stonehenge. Yes, rising from the plains of Wiltshire, Stonehenge, well, it stood for... Well, the more I've read into this, I'm confused, but we'll go with this. It stood for more than 4,000 years, built long before Rome, before written history in Britain. Its massive standing stones still remain to this very day. An engineering puzzle and a symbol of prehistoric ingenuity. Was it a calendar? Was it a ceremonial site? An astronomical observatory? Even today, its true purpose sparks debate. Now, tonight, we need to properly explore this wonderful site as we take to the skies in a helicopter. This one from Taog's Hangar, the H500. Perfect for our low-level sightseeing, controlled positioning, and getting blown off the Isles of Scilly. I used to call these Scilly, but it's right. So we're going to start off here on the southwestern coast in the Scilly Isles, tracking the coastline of Cornwall, climbing northeast towards Exeter, and then we're going to be cutting inland up to the Salisbury Plain before hovering over Stonehenge itself. Then we head on down south and join the Totos for a cup of tea as we arrive into Southampton. Brilliant. Right, this is going to be loads of fun. So, yes, helicopter flying. I gotta say, this one, Taog's Hangar, they make just incredible helicopters. The H500, or the Hughes 500, it's a variant of the 06A Syracuse, civilian variant of it. It's a wonderful helicopter to learn how to fly in the sim as well. Where the likes of the Huey, the Alouette, a little bit more commanding, the MH60, well, that's a behemoth, or even the Chinook as well. Flying in this aircraft, well, hopefully we'll get all the views without the drama. Right, that's what we're going to try and do. But yeah, Stonehenge, it's a fascinating place. And in Ireland, I want to say we've a similar site. We've Newgrange. Now, they're similar so far as roughly, now we'll talk about that later, but roughly the same kind of timeline, right? But roughly the same kind of idea somewhat behind it, but two very different structures, yet there are similarities. The research I've done into Stonehenge, the fact that we don't have anything concrete stating exactly what it's for, that's very similar to Newgrange to an extent. I mean, for years we thought Newgrange was the site. It was a burial site. Turned out, though, there was more, crack going on over at the Hill of Tara. But it's all very interesting. And, we'll mix aviation with some, history and learning about one of these landmarks. I've never been. It's a place I'd love to visit, Stonehenge. So looking forward to this one. So we're going to be live on the Southeast Asian server with Microsoft Flight Sim, and we're also with a groupie flight from Say Intentions. And the groupie flight, well, it's all there. There's a link in the chat, or also over on our Discord. If you'd like to join us, we have a voice channel open on our Discord for any of you who'd like to perhaps share your knowledge. Maybe you've visited this site. Maybe you've flown in a Hughes 500. Who knows, lads? Who knows? But we'll give it a blast and see what happens, right? Today's episode is brought to you by the words testing and environment. Did I say that? I didn't say it that often, did I? A testing environment in my creative space. It's right. Let's do a nice segue into, flightsimtees.com. If you like this sort of apparel to be dressed head to waist, do head on over to flightsimtees.com. Very nice apparel, and definitely creative and environmental. Yeah, right. Jesus. So do be sure to head on over. Pissed you. Who let him in? But if you do ramble over, if something kind of tickles your fancy when it comes to apparel with, aviation and flight simulation, made by a real simmer. Bits and pieces of flight sim enthusiasts. It's all with Gibbo. We'll do ramble over and use that code TTM at checkout. You get yourself a 10% discount. Who doesn't like saving a few bob? Do you know? So make sure you check it out, lads. But anyway, on that testing environment, thank you very much, Muse. We are here and you're all very welcome in. How was your weekend? The weather here, it's 11 degrees in Tipperary. We're using live weather for the moment in the sim. This could be a great idea. Or, it may not be. We'll see.
Studies,
60% of the time. Works every time.
Every time.
Brilliant. Anyone have any questions on, what to do, how to do it? I'll do my best to answer them during the stream. But after, if I don't get back to you straight away, ask me again. And if I still don't get back to you, no, you can't. You can check off. If I still can't get back to you, do head on over to our Discord channel, and plenty of folks, wonderful folks, will be happy to help you out. But anyway, who's here? Who's looking for a refund already? We've only started. But anyway, Viper Strike is in the house. Good to see you, man. Chris Van Halen is here. Eamon 1973. Happy Monday to you, Eamon. Let me see here. Spitfire RAF 100 is in the chat. Good to see you, buddy. Tarnish Mossman, welcome in. Viper 85 streams in a row. Thank you very, very much indeed, buddy. Retriever Neil, good evening. Commander Balosh is in the chat. Fierce Wolf looking fierce. And Wolfie, welcome aboard, buddy. Soaring AJ. AJH man, happy Monday to you. APU Inspector is here, happy Monday. 98 Vulcan, greetings Murph and Fireflies. Just lurking today, unfortunately. Hope you have a great flight. I will catch up later. Vulcan, you have a great day, buddy. Hope all is well. And hello to our viewers. Also, we're here on Twitch, we're here on YouTube, and we're over on TikTok as well. So you're all very welcome in, and a very happy Monday. How can you be happy on Monday? We couldn't tell you, but happy Monday. Right. Vacuum, good to see you. Mac Vision is here. Cracker, you're very welcome aboard. Flying Trits bursts in the door. Good evening. Two Dogs, good evening to you. Malky Mac is here. Hope all is well. Lucky Bo, warming up minus 19 degrees. What? Wills, 1985. Good to see you, Wills. CP65 is here. Good evening. Anthony V, Kia Ora, top of the morning from this neck of the woods. Good to see you, man. Toto2495 has the kettle on. A very good evening to you, buddy. Hope all is well in the realm. Shuffle Shoes shuffles in. AJH John, happy Monday. Norse Viking Gaming, good evening. The Limbics, good morning, Murph and Fireflies. Hope all is well, my dude. You keeping New Zealand, nice and ready for me in about 5 weeks? Right, do you know? Crafty Tigers, good evening. Stick Figure is here. Bald Eagle, a very good afternoon. Yeah, it was the snowstorms. What's going on in America? I was watching both Jamie and Kenko were flying in that earlier on. I was like, lads, brilliant. But you might as well, just wear sunglasses at night time in the dark because you couldn't see. Madness. Krabby One, good evening. DK Funfly, welcome aboard. Stu Snape is here. 95 streams in a row. He says, I'll need a medic tonight, so asking in advance. She be grand. Don't worry, Stu. Do what I do. Panic. It'd be grand. But I hope you're well, buddy. Idle Cutoff is here. Cambridge calling. Hello from Tipperary. Happy Monday. Canoe Head 2. What did one Stonehenge rock say to the other? Quit taking me for granite. Jesus. Where did we go with that, Canoe Head? Good to see you, buddy. What did the other Stonehenge rock say to the other Stonehenge rock? Jesus, it's a talking rock. That was just as bad, right? Brilliant. Empire Kicking rambled in the door with a raid and a resub. Empire, thank you very much indeed. Hope you had a great stream. Welcome in, Raiders. And we'd love if you come flying with us. We're going for the rotary wing, but could be fixed wing. Or, like we saw yesterday, a hot air balloon travelling at 160 knots at 12,000 feet. We don't know how it does it, ups and down, but it did it. Right, brilliant. Daddy Plump is here, good evening. Uniform Goose, good day, Goose. Happy Monday. Cornwolf is here, good evening to you, man. Hope all is well. Proby Pete is here, good day, Murph and Fireflies from Arizona. High of 86 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh, that's kind of nice now. That's like the 20s or so, isn't it? Oh, it is. Oh, yeah, we'd like that now. There'd be nothing wrong with that at all, Colin Flaherty is here. Good to see you. SB, welcome in. You're very welcome in, folks. Thanks for joining us on TikTok. Right. Now, Killswitch, 90 in a row. Cheers, buddy. What a legend. The Impossible Face, happy Monday. Sir Campsalot. AJH man, hope all is well. North Coast Mike is here, good evening. The Impossible Face is taking the DA40 this evening because he's too knackered from a medium haul into Dallas. Yeah, it could happen to the best of us. Muse fan bursts in the door with his elbow. He says, how he is, his mad jokes. Happy Monday. Good to see you, Muse. Hope all is well. Alberto, good evening. Sun Jammer's here. Digital Merc, hope you're well. Now, Digital Merc, shall you be in the V of Or this evening with heli flying, right? Norse Viking, 110 streams in a row. Thank you very much indeed, buddy. Mr. Minimite is here. Welcome in. Culkin, good evening. Old Veteran 965. He says, howdy, everyone. Happy Monday. And the start of a new week and more challenges. Indeed. Hope you're well, Scott. Hermit Something, very good afternoon. From a blizzard, Boston. Hope you're well, stay safe, and a raise up for 20 months. Hermit, thank you very much indeed. What's the weather doing, man? They were saying, like, was it centimetres or inches? They were saying, like, 20. Would it be 20 inches? That wouldn't be right. 20, would it be? I couldn't tell you. We don't really get snow here. Mutley, good evening. Creo is in the house. Hello to all in County Mayo. Hope you're well. Idle Cutoff. I had a look at Stonehenge in me sim earlier. Lots of henge but no stones. You might have to enable it in the settings. It's 2020 content, if I can remember right. World Update 3, UK and Ireland, I think. We'll see what happens. Skyra is here. Happy Banana Bread Day. Welcome in, buddy. Chris Van Halen, you're very welcome in, buddy. Photos by Kev is here. Good to see you, Kev. Very welcome. Kozaki Flyer is in the house. Good evening to you. We saw the release, of course, of the B-25 today from Aeroplane Heaven. But yes, Cyrus T, the man of teal, has rambled in. Good to see you, Cyrus. Mr. TPHI is here. Hello, everyone. Great video earlier. Very informative and should help a lot of people. Well, thank you very much indeed. I do love reading all the comments of you know, I just love reading the comments. No matter where it is, I post them. It's people. Colin Flaherty, welcome in. Veteran, I've been simming since MS-DOS. Brilliant. Now, let me see. Wouldn't it be great if there was a way we can combine all the chat together? Like, you know what I mean? It's like, it goes back to the old days. Don't use a tape recorder and record music up. Well, that's kind of different. That was piracy. But you know what I mean? Rules, lads, rules. Anyway. Moving on. Who's this now? Janie then. Tenchi, good to see you. Hope all is well. Photos by Kev, 27 months. Thank you very, very much indeed, Kev. And I hope all is well. Stonehenge, where the demons dwell, where the banshees live, and they do live well. There we go. I put the browser on my handheld console and the second screen. Come on, Sunjammer. Linny Bobbins is here. Good evening. I see you're testing the Stonehenge environment today. Ding. Let me see. Kai is here. Good to see you. Is Murph still streaming? Haven't seen you since 2021. I haven't aged a day. You know, except for me hair and beard that's gone grey. But apart from that, when I shaved this off, I didn't think it was going to grow back friggin' very bright blonde look. That's not grey now. You know, that's like, oh, look how blonde it's gone. Yeah, right. Same with the ballot head.
Hello there.
Yeah, that's what happens, lads, right? That's what happens. But anyway, I digress. We're over here, look. Kettle's on. Good man yourself. I hope you talk about Stonehenge replicas. Replicas, you say? Chalks is here, good evening. It's my favourite place in the world, the Isles of Scilly. If you get a chance to go, I urge you to do so. I've never here. I was in Land's End. Was I? No, I didn't. No, I lie. I wasn't in. I was near Land's End on a ferry going to France one year because we'd anchored down off Land's End. It was so rough. There's a reason why I dislike fish, you know, and water in general, you know, but now I'm all right with water. I'm mad on fish. But yes, Mrs. Toto is here. You are more than welcome to stop by. We'll put the kettle on. Huzzah! Brilliant. A very good evening to you, Mrs. Toto. Hope you're well. Let me see here. Nighthawk, good afternoon. I look like a Chinook on your screen. Listen, the model matching. We'll see how it goes, right? We'll have to count if there's going to be any floating fixed wing. It's a new technology, seemingly. But yes, we're over here now, look. Where's this? Today's episode, Shag Off Muse. Better get a mortgage than... Wait, now, hang on. Better get a mortgage than damn expensive. Indeed. Having never flown in a heli, Mr. Minimite says, what's a good one to start with? Well, this is really good, but also the Cabri. Is it the Cabri G2? It's a default aircraft with Microsoft Flight Sim. It's a superb heli. Because they got, like... real good data on the aircraft, how it flies. They had pilots, right? And yeah, it's supposed to be brilliant. The Isles of Scilly is nice. Twatter flights across from Cornwall, says Colin. Ooh, and that could be nice. Yes, the old Twatter. We'll be flying that in this series, actually. Next week, we're going to Australia. Then we're going to Tibet, and then so in 2 weeks we'll be flying to Otters, but can't wait. Right, we're over here now. Look, my rig is in truck mode, no helo today. Oh no, it's not concrete, it's made from stones, Murph. That's right. Wait, what? Right, we're over here. Ding. What do you mean ding? I had flightsimtees.com shirt or under your FS Association shirt. It was too cold for the t-shirt at the bar event. Oh, that's right. Scott was at the that was the first US bar event, wasn't it? How'd it go, Scott? I saw the pictures. It looked brilliant. B. Carlo, good evening. Right, let's have a look. Can you get gloves small enough for your hands? Or are they made to order? Kev, shag off. There's nothing wrong with this. Come here, look. Hang on, I need to show you this. Nearly lost a finger today, lads. Where's the... Ooh, look. I go that way. Do you see the damage on my finger? The cat got up my finger through the stairs, and mother of Janie, I nearly lost the entire arm, lads. Look, in a terrible sore looking. She cut me real deep she did. Why'd your man putting his finger in front of the telly? Because I nearly lost me whole arm. Right, oh, Jesus now, terribles. Yeah, it was bad now, you know. When she did it, I was like, you devil, you got me. And then about 10 seconds later, what? Right, you know, pain. But anyway, Mac and Dad is here. Good evening. Hope you're well. Captain Cocktail, good to see you. Now, let me see. But Janie, Zen is here. Everything's fine here. I just watched New York and Snow White. I highly recommend checking it out. What, really? Heapster, good evening. Mac Manster's in the house. I can be happy any Monday, or for that matter, any day I wake up. Good man, Scott. That's the way to do it. Where is this now? What do you call a person that's happy on a Monday? Retired. Right? Neville Johnson is here. Good to see you. Hope you're well, buddy. And great to see you. You're very welcome in. Colin says, question, has anyone ever tried the PSV R2 on the PC for flight simming? Oh, that's a great question. By the way, if anyone's watching us over on TikTok, the rest of the chat is here on Twitch and also YouTube. So multiple conversations going on, right? I just keep talking. I never shut up. It's just part of, you know, who and what I am. I talk to myself sometimes. I find I'm not a great listener. But anyway, Top Gun Glennie, good to see you, buddy. It's warming up again, at least in your neck of the woods. New Zealand, yes. Gregor says 65 degrees and beautiful in California. Ooh, nice. DK is here, good evening. Hope you're well. Let's have a look now. To be fair, LAX DFW earlier had fantastic weather. Oh, nice. Backlight is here, good evening to you. Alberto, thank you very much indeed for 7 months with your Prime subscription. Zybock Doc is here. Hello from Denmark. Hello from Tipperary. Hope you're well. Those jokes suck. Come on, Kev. I thought they were great. Heisenberg is here. I just spent 2 hours shoveling 2 feet of snow. What? Hope we're going someplace warm. Jesus. When you said hot and humid, it made me think of Cairns. Indeed. Hello to all the henges from Las Vegas. Captain Cocktail, good day to you, sir. Filthy, thank you for 95 in a row. Energizer's here. Still deciding what heli to bring out tonight. This old thing. Bring out the 500. It's great. Now, let me see. Filthy, good evening. Adam Controls is here. Adam, what is that? A Stonehenge? What's that from? Is that like... What was the name of the group in... was it The Simpsons? It wasn't Stonehenge. That was the Stone something, wasn't it? Where are you getting that from? Oh, Spinal Tap. Yes. See? The lads with the long hair. I remember now. This volume goes to 11. Yeah. Anyway, good to see you, Adam. Hope all is well. You were streaming yesterday. Janie, then, you know, you didn't look any different from the last time you streamed, which is a good, you know, it's a good thing. Right? It's a good thing. Unlike me, of course, you know, it's younger I'm getting looking. Right. But anyway, Flyer 10, late again, but you can all stop panicking. You're here. No problem. 2 feet of snow. It was 20 inches of snow. What? Jesus. Krabby One, yeah, it's crazy. Crawdad, good to see you. Hi from Maine. You're very welcome in, and mind that weather. Lear is in the house. The weather here is starting to get very misty. Lear, hope you're well, and thank you very much indeed for 5 months. Cheers, buddy. Old Sapper is here. Over 2 feet of snow here in New Jersey. That's crazy. 2 feet, lads. Patrick Doyle, good evening. 16 months. Thank you very, very much indeed. Good to see you, buddy. Hope all is well. There is a way to combine the chats, but I don't know how to do it. Yeah, it's right. I can combine everything bar TikTok, which is just like, you know, Why, we don't know. Dylan, good evening. Neil is just here to confuse me. What happened to YouTube? We're still there, Neville. We're still there. But yes, we're getting there now, slowly but surely. And the small hands we spotted. Wait, what? It's not grey. Grey, my monitor must be off. Those hairs look white. Jeez, that's terrible. You know, the G2, that's the one. Sorry, Stonehenge is expensive to visit. It's £50? What? To visit Stonehenge? That's crazy. Cockspur development team are in the house. Seb, where are we at? Thank you very much indeed for 43 months. Will you be at FS weekend? Where is this now? Time to get rid of the cat. Right, the arm needs to be amputated. Right, not dramatic. What are you talking about? Did I call 999? I did. They said, not you again, right? Scott says it was a nice event, smaller than you'd hope for, good swag, waiting on an email for some free stuff. Nice, buddy, nice. Why is a child's finger on my screen? Mr. Minimite, go to the bowl corner. Bell Bro, that's what I thought, right? Go Cat? What do you mean, go Cat? I can't stand the sight of blood. Oh, wait, never mind. Piku is here, good evening. Robert J56, welcome. Chocks, good day. What's this now? Sikorsky S76. Ooh. Retired for the win, indeed. Right, Ian Fisher, good evening. Hope all is well. Where's this now? I don't actually have the 500 yet. Energizer, will you sort that out, will you? I DM'd you the song on Discord for this evening's playlist. Thank you, Adam. We shall have a look. But yes, Stone Cutters. JC46 is here. Hello from Perth. Hello from Tipperary. Hope you're well. Jesus, hope you're well. Will we ever get off the ground at all? There's mad things. 1 minute, 30 seconds. Good man, we'll get there now. Neville found us. Come on yourself. Good to see you, buddy. You're welcome in. Where is this now? Let me see. Column Take It Fierce Handy. Photos by Kev has just gifted 10 Tier 1 subs to the community on here on Twitch. Thank you very much indeed, Kev. Lads, if you got a Tier 1 sub, thanks to Photos by Kev. Do be sure to say thank you. The man is terribly nice. No snow here yet, but we have a lot of rain, says CP. Ooh. Briggsy, good to see you. Where's this now? Hello, Paddy Murph. Kirk. Who? Stonehenge was meant to have a tunnel near it. Oh, yeah, I was reading up on that. Yes. I've loads of notes. It'll be brilliant. There's a path that runs just as close as Stonehenge that you can walk down for free. I was thinking that. CJ, good to see you. Derek is here. What do you call a 3-ton-murphy? Thanks, Derek. Yeah. Emotions. No. You don't need emotions here. If you have them, leave them at the door. Yes. 3-ton-murphy. Your face! Toto says, my youngest daughter lives walking distance from Stonehenge. Oh, Jesus. I first went to Stonehenge. You could sit on the stones. What? They used to let you sit? They don't let you sit in the stones? You know, they've been sitting there for thousands of years. Interesting. Lads, anyone have both the Fuga and the Alouette for the Irish Air Corps? Yes, we do. Now, Derek, Jesus. Right, anyway, hello to our friends here on YouTube as well, lads. A very good evening to you. And thank you so much indeed for tuning in. Zy Voltage, good evening. Bedrock is here. Paul is in the house. Super Ty, dude, you're in bother with your Twitch account again. Hope you get it sorted. Black Sheep Jean, welcome in, Jean. Happy Monday. Gial Pilot is here. Hello from Thailand. Long-time channel fan, normally watching only. Well, thank you very much. It's great to see you. Thanks for joining us. DJ Flicker, good evening. Let me see here now. DJ Taz is in the house. Good to see you. Ed is here. Bishop, you're welcome aboard. Scanger Pilot is in the house. Happy Monday. Alan Leslie, good evening. Hope all is well. Jace Ward, good to see you, Jace. Mark Swan is here. Daniel Meyer, good evening. Jerry is here. Good evening to you, Jerry. Hope you're well. Mr. Anderson himself has rambled aboard. Let me see now. Justin, where's this now? It seems like my reshader is corrupt. My sim, no loading. It just stays dark and crashes. Justin, is your sim okay when you take out reshade? Because there could be an update needed, perhaps. Let me know how you get on, though, right? Kubi is here. Good evening to you, Kubi. Montana. Hope all is well. Cy Voltage, indeed. Let me see. Hazza is here. Good evening. How are we? We're doing well, buddy. We're doing well. But yeah, if I've missed anyone now, lads, just shout, you know, because it's me and I'm a Muppet. Let me see now. Gadhar is here. Good evening. Rick has joined us as well. Welcome in, lads. Great to see so many people. The wind is real at this airport. Yes, we'll have to check it out. Check the reshare or the reshade error log. Oh, good call, Cornwolf. Yeah, good call. Right, we'll jump into this now. You know, 2 minutes and 20 seconds, but these are getting longer. Jesus. Right. Ah, brilliant. 1 minute. I'm at really hurting me finger. That's cut. Oh, by turning the yoke on the thing. Ouch and Jesus. Right. Oh yeah, that's desperately sore. It's in a place now that I'm on. Ah. Anyway, we're here anyway, right? I need a medic. Here we are with the H500, lads. This is absolutely gorgeous. Now I'm going to show you our route, or route, if you're over that neck of the pond. Here's some Navigraph charts, and this is going to kind of explain to us what's happening. Tiernan is here, good evening. Patrick, welcome aboard. So we're starting off here below at the Scilly Isle. The Isle of Scilly. St. Mary's, I think it's called. And we're going to ramble from here all the way across, about just under 30 miles to Land's End. From Land's End, we're going to track then towards Cornwall, neck of the woods. There's Exeter, planned landing, take on a drop of fuel. Then we head on out to Stonehenge. Do a bit of flying around, checking it all out, and see what happens, right? Nutty, you missed nothing. And then, lads, it's over to Southampton, where the Totos have put out a spread of tea and crumpets. And that is what we're doing this evening. Estimated flight time, just shy of 2 hours, provided I don't do anything stupid. We're also using Say Intentions. So this is Groupie from Say Intentions. This is free. And well, what we can do on this, where are we now? Landmarks, here we go. Goosh. We're going to load in, and again, it'll show you the flight. If you read the description, it goes into a lot more detail of what we're doing. And then we have the folks who are joining us here. So make sure you join us. And yeah, look, we have people chatting and having the crack and all the jazz. And this is now being tracked. This is working outside of multiplayer. So in theory, well, not in theory, in practice, you can actually turn off the in-sim multiplayer and utilize, say, intentions. Similar to what, you know, if you guys looked at Join FS or that, right? Very similar, but better, because, well, we can track everyone's flight, we can see the folks around us, both in the sim and on a moving map, and we can communicate from sim to sim via the aircraft radio, right? Aliens made, so now listen, I'm not saying it was aliens, but it could have been aliens. I saw a house ad once, beautiful house with a renovated cellar. Beach me wife, been married for 18 years. They've either built a dungeon or a jail cell down there. Still to this day, 10 years later, she asks buyers of the house now, what did they do with the dungeon? Jesus. Right. Now on that, yes, the VTOL Saab 340, invented by the Scottish for the sheer crack, and they said to themselves, couldn't we then have a VTOL variant of the Saab? In actual fact, it's helium. That's what it is, because the engines are off. We're off to a flying start. But anyway, right, this is our motor for the... Oh, Jesus. This is our motor for this evening. The beautiful Taog's Hangar Hughes 500. So we'll have to see how the L model matching goes. In actual fact, it doesn't look... Well, it's bad, but it doesn't look like, you know, terribly bad. At least we have some choppers in there. You know, sorted. So I'd be interested to know what these are flying. Energizer... I mean, I know you said you didn't know what to fly, but, you know. But anyway, let us jump down into the aircraft and get ourselves set up here. We need to remove our before flight. So, we'll go around to the chopper, get to the chopper, and start removing things. So we have our rotor tie downs. Yes. We have an exhaust cover. Yes. Should be nothing on the tail boom. But I'm expecting some sort of a pitot cover. Aha! The pitot tube has been removed. And then we have something down here, have we? No? No. So we have a spotlight fitted, wire cutters front, and we have little mirrors on our skids here as well. Very, very look like more like a Saab 2000, right? You're in the MH60, be Janie then. Right, okay, so in order to get ourselves up and running here, I should have really spent some time learning how to fly this. But anyway, we'll start off with the basics. Come on down here. Ignition's on. U-turn. Generator no. Utility power on. Engine, yeah, that's all okay. Starter pump on. Anti-collision lights, position lights, we want all those on. Pitot heat, leave it off for the moment. Generator stays off until we start the machine. And then we go master battery. All right? Now, did this gadget work for me? It did the last day. Ah, brilliant! I can control me sim from the gadget. Circuit breakers, which are modelled, they do work. They're all okay, right?
Oh, jeez.
And we have over on our... These are now locked, off, locked. Right. That'll do. So let me see. Our collective and our cyclic, they're our main controls. So we have a starter button back here, and hopefully this works, right? Dougal is here. Good to see you, Dougal. Hope all is well. Right, we shall engage the starter and see what happens. We have rotation. RPM is coming up. Now I don't know at what stage we need to let go of the starter and go with some fuel. Oh, hang on, I never opened the throttle, look. Unlock that. I moved the wrong one. Say the magic words. Right, say nothing. How do we... It's this way, isn't it? There she be. Can I not drag that? You used to be able to drag that. Right, hang on. Alright, we'll try that again. That was just a warm-up, lads. Right, now she's good. Put alcohol or salt in your finger. Super Typhon, we can see it. Why are you in the left seat? I think this is flown from the left seat. Okay, that sounds like an engine starting. Well, it sounded great. Keep the old hand on the button, Murph. Wait till we get to the proper RPM. Wait, strange though, I can't move my camera now. Very strange. Yeah, Frank, great suggestions. Great suggestions. Right, let's have a look. That's looking more like what we want. Oil pressure's coming up, that's what I want to see. ITT is okay. And proper RPM is coming up. Gonna wait till we get to about 60. There she be. Keep her going. There she be. Generator on. That's probably how you explode the engine, right? 7 years on the platform to be viewed as AI. No way. Try aftershaving that finger, right? This is the civilian variant, right? Civilian. Right, now, good start. Let's just double check all our systems are working now. Battery stays on. Auto reignition. We need to arm that. That's all good, that's all good. Start pump. I think that stays off now. It does. Fuel filter's okay. We'll put on a landing light. We have a button for our searchlight as well. We'll put in... Actually, I want to show you something here. If you've never seen this before, as Hayden, UK, has rambled in. Good to see you, Hayden. We have a button over here I want to show you, right? So if you're using Navigraph, where you plan your flights, if I bring up the Navigraph in-sim gadget, right? Yeah, there's like an auto reignition. It's like, it's part of like if engine failure. Uh-oh, we need to sign into Navigraph. Approve that there quick. Give it a second. Lovely. So what I need to do, if I look at my flight, this is our flight plan because I'm using Navigraph on the desktop, but it'll read it through the sim as well. So if I go over here, I've imported the flight, and if I go to export and I say load as an active flight plan, that's going to push it into my in-sim avionics. That saves you so much time, and it works terribly well. So that's in the box there now. We'll go on CDI mode, right? Now let's have a look. All is well. We're looking good, and it's well, friends, it's time to get airborne, right? We're going to try and get airborne, right? So let me say a bit of Toby to help us out. Try that again, Murphy. Left, right. Okay. And we got some nice stuff overhead. All right, so small bit of power. And we'll try and get ourselves into a bit of a hover here as we're raising the collective on the anti-torque pedals, on the cyclic. Oh, jeez, the wind. Right, easy now, Betsy. Easy now, easy now.
Approaching runway 9.
Where's the wind? Oh, it's coming to our right, okay. Easy now. Easy now. Upsy daisy. Right. Jesus, never checked the speed of the wind. What is that wind doing? Right, get ourselves turned here a little bit. In actual fact, if you come down lower in our seat, we can see out the window. Oh, yes. Do you know, I don't think I've ever been to this airport. Right, let's fly down this neck of the woods. Just a bit of speed behind us. And into the misty blue we go. Easing out. Okay, ease off the anti-torque. We'll cycle around the island just to give everyone the chance to get airborne. Easy now. Okay, we're looking good, we're looking good. It's real interesting weather, isn't it? So speed, this aircraft is measured in miles per hour. If you're in the Alouette, it's kilometers an hour, so we'll just try and bear that in mind. Alouette should be comfortable at around 180 kilometers. So we'll take our fierce handy. We've knots on this as well, of course, but miles an hour is what I'm going to try and follow.
Runway 27.
Muse.
Caution, caution.
Okay, that's RAS having a bit of a moment. I don't think RAS is very much designed for helis. At least I don't think it is, but sure, we'll see, right? So as we're flying here, now we will avail of the aircraft trim as best we can, right? Because, well, you can trim out a chopper really, really nicely. Something like that is looking pretty good. Watch our vertical speed. So we have a number of dials and stuff here that we want to be focusing on to let us know what we're doing. But in terms of getting our trims correctly set, just means we're not worried too much about hand flying this all night. You know what I mean? So we'll circle around. What we'll do, lads, we'll do a head count. So if you're on the Xbox or if you're on the PlayStation, go ahead and press 1. PC Pilot, press 2. If you're using Saint Engine's Groupie or maybe Join FS, it's number 3. And if you're happy and you know it, press number 4 and sure, it'd be the hokey then. Hello, Fireflies. Welcome to the Flying Circus. We live stream Monday to Friday, 2000 Zulu time, right here. Right, a bit of getting used to just me controls here, but we're all right so far. So we'll continue cruising on. Again, keep an eye on our vertical speed. We're pretty much IMC. We can't see much here, so let's see what happens. Let me see here now. How do I join via PlayStation? So, Jerry, unfortunately, there's no cross-play yet between PlayStation, but you can still fly the same route and just tell us about it, you know. Oh, I'm looking at lovely things. Now, Chalk is apparently in a Kodiak. Who's this now? Big Stupid Grin. Welcome in, buddy. Great name. So we've Chalked there. We've Catface there. Creo Energizer. Nighthawk. Speedy Pro is looking good. Nighthawk, what are you flying? Belbro appears to be in a fixed wing as well. Just let us know if you're in choppers or a fixed wing, so we can kind of keep an eye on how the model matching is behaving. You know what I mean? Angels 1-5, good to see you. Nighthawk is in a Chinook. Chox is in the H500. So you're in helicopters, but you're showing as fixed wing. All right. Now we'll see what this mist does after a while. It is quite misty out here, isn't it? Alouette, but I'm showing as a TBM. Yeah. Jace Ward is in the scout helicopter. The Impossible Face is in a fixed wing. Okay. Lads, if no objections, we'll change the weather. Because it's, you know, be Janie then. So we might just do... Will we go with, like, scattered clouds? That's like a default preset. Yeah? I'm sure there is. Where is it? Out of that. We'll find you the old way. Energizers in something mad altogether. Custom weather off. We'll go scattered. There we go. Scattered clouds it is. And we'll use this then, because at least we can see what's happening. Murph, are you using real world weather? If so, it's pretty accurate. Yeah, I was on live weather. That's not happened in a while. You got a CTD? Oh dear. Alright, so yeah. There's a lot of fixed wing aircraft there shouldn't be. And it's no one's fault. But it's looking pretty, isn't it? GTA 555 is looking grand. What is that chopper? A Bell 427. There goes Fierce Wolf. And let's see what happens. Big Al is here. Good to see you, Al. You're in the Sting. Okay. I like how it says I'm in some just flying thing. Yeah, it's like... I don't know what it says, Energizer, but like... I have a feeling you're not in like... that. You know what I mean? So we've land ahead of us. Speed is looking alright. Altitude is looking alright. I'll have to keep an eye on things. And but what we have, lads, we've loads of notes about Stonehenge. And it's actually fascinating. So we'll start at the beginning. Stonehenge, it's a prehistoric megalithic monument on Salisbury Plain in Wiltshire in England. The iconic circle consists of an outer ring of 30 sarsen standing stones. The uprights are about 13 feet high, 7 feet wide, and they weigh around 25 tons. They're connected by horizontal lintels. Inside the circle stands a horseshoe of 5 is it trilithons or no? Trilithons, made of 11 larger sarsens. The tallest uprights weigh up to 50 tons. And within the sarsen ring is a smaller oval of blue stones, and at the centre a large flat stone known today as the altar stone. The monument aligns with the summer solstice, sunrise and winter solstice sunset, and it forms part of a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Researchers have dated construction to a series of stages. That's what makes this thing interesting. It was this thing that's been built over millennia, which is nuts, right? Between roughly 31,000 BC or 3100 BC and 1600 BC, although its exact purpose remains elusive, Stonehenge's scale, the craftsmanship and astronomical alignments do testify to the engineering skill and social organisation of Britain's Neolithic and early Bronze Age peoples. Now, the name Stonehenge comes from the Old English words meaning stan or stone and henk or hinge or even hang, which is to hang. Antiquarian Christopher Chippendale notes that the lintels appear to hinge on the upright stones, giving rise to the term hanging stones. Henge has since become an archaeological term for a circular earthwork consisting of a bank and a ditch. And actually, when we get up to them, you can actually see features on these stones. It was almost like prehistoric, well, ancient Lego, right? Where they'd have like, you know, a pointy bit on one and then like a hole cut out of the other, so when they connect in together, right? Mad looking. Where is this now? Archaeological evidence shows that the site was important long before the stone circle was erected. Mesolithic post holes beneath the car park date all the way back to around 8000 BC and have supported timber posts aligning east to west. The surrounding landscape contains long barrows, the Stonehenge Circus, which is a 3-kilometre processional avenue built in and around 3500 BC, and other prehistoric features. This area was clearly important for millennia before Stonehenge's stones were actually raised and put into place. So, the different construction phases, right? A couple of phases. The first phase, we reckon, was around 3100 BC. The earliest visible monument is a circular bank and ditch enclosure. It's about 110 metres in diameter, with a wide entrance to the northeast and a smaller one to the south. 56 pits known as Aubrey holes dot the interior, and these may have held timber posts or early bluestones. Excavations have recovered cremated remains of men, women and children, making Stonehenge as possibly Britain's earliest enclosed cremation cemetery. Deer and ox bones, along with flint tools, were also deposited in the ditch. Stonehenge 2, they reckon, built somewhere between 29 and 2600 BC. Well, during this phase, the ditch silted up and timber structures replaced the earlier posts. Numerous small post holes suggest circular timber settings, and many cremation burials took place. Stonehenge continued as a sacred funerary site with perhaps 55 to 80 cremations. Then we have stage 3, arrival of the bluestones, and this is circa 2600 BC. In the 26th century BC, builders made a dramatic change. They dug 2 concentric rings of pits known as Q and ore holes and erected up to 80 bluestones weighing 2 to 5 tons each. Geologists have traced most of these dolerite, rhyolite and tuff stones to the Preseli Hills in West Wales. That's over 140 miles away, right? Evidence of quarrying at Carn Goed, or Geodog, and Craigrose y Felon, pardon me Welsh, confirms deliberate extraction. The monumental task of transporting them, most likely on sledge and by water, no wheelbarrows, no wheel back then, right, suggests a well-organised society. Experiments indicate that moving a 40-ton stone required about 100 people. That's like, what? 100 people, right? The northeast entrance was widened to frame the midsummer sunrise and the midwinter sunset, and the heelstone, a 4-metre upright positioned outside the earthwork, was erected to mark this alignment. Stonehenge 3.2, if you will, further building the Sarsen Circle and also the Trilithons. This is between around 2400 BC. Around this time, builders erected 30 huge Sarsen stones, locally sourced silkrete, in a circle topped by contiguous lintels connected by mortise and tension joints, or tenon joints. It's almost like Lego, right? And each upright measures roughly 13.5 feet high and about 7 feet wide. And the uprights, well, they weigh about 26 tons. The lintels are curved and joined via tongue and groove joints, creating a continuous ring. And inside the ring stand 5 freestanding trilithons arranged in a horseshoe. The largest pair rises nearly 30 feet with a horizontal lintel connecting uprights that weigh up to 50 ton. Now, what's kind of mind-boggling here, this is before you had any sort of industrialization, anything. So any shapes that were carved, this was all done by hand. And a lot of time it was done by stone tools, right? Which is nuts, absolutely nuts. Oscar says, just become a pilot at this point, bro. No need for this setup. There's always a need for it. Plus, this is far cheaper than actually being a pilot. It's relatively safer too, unless you have a cat that nearly, chops your entire torso off. Right, do you know? But, Briggsy! What happened, Briggsy? Did you press a button? If you did, you need to shout. Now, Modern laser scanning have revealed carvings of daggers and axe heads on the Saracens themselves, perhaps symbolic of status of or even ritual. Archaeologists believe this stage hosted large gatherings. Remains of feasting at nearby Durrington walls, where timber circles were built to align with the winter solstice, suggest that thousands of people converged here for midwinter and midsummer festivals. Now, the later phases, this is all the way up to about 1600 BC, but subsequent centuries saw rearrangements of the bluestones. They were removed from the Q&R holes, re-erected between the Saracens, and then rearranged into an oval and finally a horseshoe within the Saracen circle. Some later settings were poorly constructed, causing stones to topple. And by around 1500 BC, building activity ceased and Stonehenge's influence waned. Fascinating stuff. In a box, man, good to see you. Easy now. We're going the right way. Now, the materials and engineering, this is where it gets interesting because, as I said, like, there was no level of industrial movements. There was no kind of concentrated production anywhere. You're talking about nomadic farmers, maybe tribes. Like, you're talking, 3000 BC, right? Saracen stones. These silkreed blocks were sourced from Westwoods on the Marlborough Downs, about 20 miles north of Stonehenge itself. The largest weigh up to 50 tons, and required shaping so that the circle appears symmetrical from the centre. What? The bluestones, most of them weigh between 2 and 5 ton, and they came from the Preseli Hills. Let me see now. Geochemical analysis showed that at least one, the altar stone, is a 6-ton sandstone slab originating from northern Scotland. A 2024 study proposed that Stonehenge's long-distance sources will reflect that of some sort of political unification of different regions. The monument may symbolise alliances among Neolithic communities from Wales, Scotland and indeed southern England. The University College of London researchers argue that using stones from across Britain gave Stonehenge a political as well as religious function, uniting diverse groups almost 5,000 years ago. Experiments suggest that groups of about 100 workers would be needed to haul a 40-ton stone, most likely using sledge runners or indeed wooden rollers. More than 1,000 people may have been required to move the Saracens from Westwoods to Salisbury Plain. The stones were levered into position using pits, ramps and ropes. Lintels were raised using timber frameworks and secured with carefully carved joints. The blue stone's acoustic properties, well, some ring like metallic gongs when they're struck. This may have been another attraction, with researchers having discovered that certain dolerite stones resonate with bell-like tones, leading to speculation that sound also played a role in the monument's selection. They get a sound off a stone, right? Easy now. Have I bored anyone yet? Grant. Now, what was the purpose? And this is what is fascinating about Stonehenge. When we look at ancient sites, landmarks, doesn't matter what we're looking at, they'll always have some sort of a significance. Modern stuff, it could be for, commerce, it could be for industrial, it could be war monuments, right? And the further back in time, something similar, right? But they tend to lean more on kind of a religious or some sort of a cultural fixation. These were a little bit different because they also included solar alignments, right? So Stonehenge's architecture, it's oriented to the summer solstice sunrise and the winter solstice sunset. Standing in the centre of a circle at midsummer, the sun rises over the heel stone through the northeast entrance. During the midwinter solstice, the sun sets between the tallest trilithon uprights. Other elements such as the avenue, a processional route, the station stones, and also the arrangement of blue stones reinforce these alignments. As the winter at the winter solstice, the sun shines through the southeastern arches of the monument. Modern celebrations show thousands of people gathering at Stonehenge to witness the winter and summer solstice sunrises, including druids, pagans, and visitors from around the world. To this very day. To this very day. Other theories, you know, it was the aliens. Over the centuries, Stonehenge has been interpreted as a druid temple, an astronomical observatory, a solar or lunar calendar, a healing shrine, and of course a memorial to the ancestral dead. DNA and isotope analysis of human and animal remains suggest wide-ranging connections. People buried at Stonehenge included individuals who grew up in West Wales, pigs and cattle consumed at feasts came from across Britain, and a 2024 study argues that Stonehenge may have been built to unify early farming communities across Britain during periods of social stress. The presence of cremated remains and the site's long-term use as a cemetery support the idea that Stonehenge was both a ceremonial centre and a domain of the dead. Crazy. Now, we'll continue more on that in a moment, but we're still going, right? And I'm trying not to crash. Where's me gadget here now? Lads, if I've missed you in the chat, do take my apology. I was reading. I prefer Eddie Izzard's description of Stonehenge. Could I repeat that? Yeah, right. Zappel is here. Good to see you. Give us a wave if you fly over Land's End. This is pretty cool, look. Isn't this gorgeous? Land's End, literally the end of the land. There goes Jersey Devil. So, Muse Fan is in an Alouette 3 helicopter, but he's showing Asobo's passive Beechcraft T6. Speedy Pro is alright, we think. He's in the Huey. Crawdad, don't know what you're flying. Tourists of Stonehenge are a serious pain in the ass for us to live nearby. Oh, really? Easy now. Desert Airport, so we'll ramble in for a first stop of the night. And we'll get down into our seat here so we can see what's going on. No hot air balloons. This is a good start, lads. It's the best way to experience the countryside like this. Briggsy, hang on. We'll do a check, buddy. Hang on. Easy now.
Runway 34. Caution, caution.
We're all right. Don't be worrying now. Easy now. Group flight. This is Murph. Radio check. Let's see if the lads can hear me. Right, easy now, Murphy. Easy now. Easy. 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 It's amazing when you don't fly a chopper for a while. You know what I mean? There was someone. Easy. Right, drop her down there now, Betsy. Lure. Alright. Okay, our first stop. Let's double check our fuel on board.
Clear, move.
Thank you very much. Right, flight performance, center of gravity. Fuel. Oh, we're full of fuel. Cargo, seats. Yeah, we're okay. Right, we're okay. So, lads, from here, we're going to be tracking now up the road a little. We'll have a quick look. So we're on the ground here at Land's End, and we're going to absolutely bait it on there now up to Exeter. That's our next stop. Alright? You can get near the monument anymore like you used to a year ago. No idea. Now, Briggsy did the thing. Hang on, Briggsy. Briggsy, I see it. Thank you very much indeed. I don't know why the alert didn't go off. Thank you very, very much indeed, Briggsy, for a PayPal donation. You're very kind. There was no need for that. Thank you very much indeed. What a legend. Cheers, buddy. Now, where are we at? Are we all okay? You're some geezer. Yeah, there's great crack here altogether. Sean, good to see you. Is it Betsy or Buzz? Betsy, I'd say. We'll go with Betsy. Do you know? What country am I from? I'm from Ireland. But you're very welcome in. Hello to everyone watching us over on TikTok. Welcome in, lads. And Yeah, hope you're having a great day. We're here flying a helicopter, the H500 in Microsoft Flight Sim 2024, and we're here on the ground at Land's End. We're going to ramble up the road now to Exeter, and we'll see what happens. Our CAE Iron, welcome in. Sean, thank you very much indeed. Is Bestie my missus? No, it's your missus, I say. Right, are we ready? Easy now, Jemima. You're up the devil, you. Alright. Easy does it. Easy. Oh, Jesus. Who's that now? Alpha what now? You are a hovering 737. Roll Tide is here. Good to see you, buddy. Hope all is well. Right, pick up a bit of speed. And we'll circle around. Alright. And we continue on our way. And let's see what happens. The 500E flies all wonky. It doesn't really. I probably haven't got my settings geared in properly for heli flying. It's not energized on O, so if I set it to full fidelity, it absolutely, like, my sim dies. On a 5090, that just shouldn't happen. You know what I mean? But yeah. It's all having the crack, lads. Now, let's see what we can do there. Hey ho. Bottom, 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 bottom. Davey Mack, I did indeed. He's a legend. This is Microsoft Flight Sim 2024, Nino. Maybe my settings, the engine is doing weird things. Yeah, it's probably the settings. Model matching for the win, you should be in a 500. Okay. Taog, welcome in. It's all kicking off now. Oh, Jesus. Easy now. Right, so again, if you get your trim set right, it should take a lot of kind of pressure off the outside. Jesus. Toto! So say intentions is model matching correctly, but the poor LSIM isn't. How is that? It's a lookup table. Right, anyway. Little bit of alignment. And we can keep this low. We don't need to go high here at all. Because it's all about exploring the old countryside as we're here. Has anyone ever driven out to Land's End? I'd say it's absolutely class. Do you know? Hey Smith, good to see you, buddy. Will I be checking out the B-25? I hope if I get time. I'm not around tomorrow. I'm around tomorrow night. But yeah, it'd be nice. I don't want to show off an aircraft that I haven't spent some time getting used to it, because, you know, that could reflect poorly on the developer and also me. You know what I mean? So it just came out today. I've loaded it into the sim. I haven't flown it yet. So yeah.
Perfect. Flight 828, taking off runway 07, straight out departure, Land's End traffic.
Nice. We got some ATC with say intentions. Traffic is so bad here. You have, says Flying Trits. I go past them when you used to go to the Glastonbury Festival. Ooh, nice. Vacuum the same. What time is it in Ireland? It is 21:12 local. 21:12 local. I stayed in a lighthouse on the Lizard for a week. Really? That's crazy. You stayed in a lighthouse. It's 11:12 p.m. here in South Africa. 2 hours ahead of us, buddy. Welcome in. Ooh, look at the countryside down here, man. That's pretty. The state of that. And we got a castle out here, look. Or at least what should be a castle. It's just a big block. Jesus, then I hope my scenery is actually loading. That'd be just fantastic, wouldn't it? We shall see what happens. Let's have an old gawk. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Now, Adam wants me to play some tunage. Right, we have it. We'll tear that one up now in a moment. What time is it? The same time yesterday at this time. Yes. St. Michael's Mount in Marazion. St. Michael's. Ah, okay. Thanks, lads. I just think flying around here would be absolutely deadly. Like, it's gorgeous, isn't it? I wonder what Kladsky's flying in. There's Night Fury, Angels 1-5. Oh, we're looking good. It would look like a small version of Mont Saint Michel. Ooh. Watch out for the Giant's Heart if you ever visit. Yeah, it's very pretty out here. Gotta say, the scenery is gorgeous, isn't it? Beautiful countryside. Right, we'll do one of these as we go exploring in the place with the thing. It's 5 a.m. in Perth. Be the Janie. Sean, many thanks. Alright, you see Shamrock and Manuel over there. Oh, jeez. It's alright, don't worry about it. All is well in the realm. Man, this chopper's so good. There's QC Frank. Right, we're doing about, well, we want to get her up to about 90 knots here, right? So we were taking a somewhat handy. So 90 knots would be about, what, 105 miles an hour? Give or take. So we'll see how we get on with this now. Where's my mouse? Oh, you divil you. So we'll add in a little bit of collective. We'll drop the cyclic down a bit. And then just use a bit of trim. 104 is 167. Ah yeah, that'll be alright. Remembering how class the cow's DA40 is. Ah, so good. Flying along in the other dimension. Come on, Kazaki. You'll be approaching St. Day just aside Redruth in a bit. Oh, Alberto, nice. Alright, so we want to get a little bit of speed here. Easy now. That's looking pretty good. Speed is coming up a bit. It's class, like, it's when you start looking around, you just see mad stuff on the ground. Like, you have these, like, see these fairy ring kind of things? Like, I was reading there, they found, there was, like, whatever kind of last hot summer there was in the UK, it was the same in Ireland. Because the ground got so dry, satellite images were able to see all sorts of stuff that ordinarily you just wouldn't, because there'd be, like, grass and whatever there, you know what I mean? So, yeah, pretty nuts. Pretty nuts. Yeah, castles and forts. A lot of them were old houses, right? Dwellings. Kind of nuts. Easy now. Alright, what's our altitude like? It's just shy of 2,000 feet. Try and keep that nose down a little bit. Watching the crew on St. Townsends. We've got a good few flying with us, lads. Great to see. And bit of a conga line there. Looks pretty good. Burial mounds. Not necessarily burial. Like a lot of them they'd say they were, but they're actually early dwellings as well, which is cool. You know? Okay, so pressures, temperatures and all the jazz. Oil pressure is on the high side, but it's fine. DC amps are good. Engine oil, that's fine. Fuel is fine. We've a bit more here when it comes to our RPM. Now, I don't know how high I have this set to. That's fairly cranked up there now, right? And we'll see what happens. Lots of tin mining works near me. Lots of earthworks too. Ooh. Is Newgrange in the sim? It is. It surely is. Right, we're doing alright now. We're hovering 105, 107 knots. Bang on. And that puts us kind of back on track. I just flew over the A30. Ooh. Now go back here to some notes. Where are we? We're over here, right? So Stonehenge does not stand in isolation. It wasn't just this monument in the middle of nowhere. The surrounding landscape is littered with long barrows, round barrows and processional avenues, which indicates an integrated ritual complex. The Durrington Walls and Woodhenge, located about 2 miles to the northeast, well, it's a massive henge enclosed a Neolithic village, and timber circles aligned also to the winter solstice. Evidence of feasting here suggests gatherings of several thousands of people with the Saracen phase of Stonehenge. Then we have the Stonehenge Circus. Built around 3500 BC, it's 3 kilometres long, 100 metres wide, chalk-sided enclosure aligned to the sun's passage, which may have been used for processions. Then we have the Durrington Pit Circle, discovered only back in 2020. Archaeologists mapped about 20 pits, each around 10 metres wide and 5 metres deep. They were arranged in a circle more than a mile across near Durrington Walls. Novel geophysical techniques and sediment DNA analysis show the pits were dug by people rather than natural sinkholes. Scholars speculate that the circles may have marked a symbolic boundary between the living world and that of the underworld, further underscoring the cosmological complexity of the entire region. And we've seen similarities of this in other sites as well, especially when we look at kind of megalithic and Neolithic tombs enclosures, right? Genetic analysis reveal that Neolithic builders of early Stonehenge had descended largely from Anatolian farmers who migrated to Britain in and around 4000 BC. Their genome was roughly 75% early European farmer and about 25% Western hunter-gatherer. Around 2500 BC, these populations were largely replaced by people associated with the Beaker culture, whose ancestry derived from the Pontic-Caspian steppe. Despite this population turnover, later occupants adopted and continued to use Stonehenge, and the monument therefore bridges cultures and eras. And yes, the Romans also checked it out. There was a Roman village not too far from there. And what makes it even more interesting, Rome had this philosophy of I came, I saw, I conquered, but they assimilated. A lot of the Roman religious beliefs, especially when the Roman Empire was expanding, or even when the Republic was expanding, rather than kind of enforcing their own belief system, in a lot of cases they took on local pagan beliefs and they just kind of made those beliefs kind of Roman. Christianity kind of did the same thing. I mean, there are similarities throughout the ages of time whereby we would have seen pagan monuments, pagan belief sites, and they're kind of rehashed or reused in kind of more modern religious beliefs. It does be fascinating. I think the most important thing is, the Romans would have had every opportunity to destroy Stonehenge if they felt it to be some sort of a cultural adversary, that they couldn't get their law or their art or their culture into the people of Britain at the time because of somewhere like Stonehenge, but they didn't. Now, why they didn't is anyone's guess. Maybe they looked at these stones. They're 50 tons each, mate. We're not breaking them down, right? They could have been as gobsmacked as anyone else is looking at them thinking, well, what are they? Or maybe they feared some sort of spiritual significance. These stones perhaps have been worshipped for countless thousands of years. Or, back then, landmarks. They could have kept it there as an important landmark. Where you have rivers and you have things like forests, some bridges on old maps, landmarks were vitally important. And that's what makes Stonehenge even more interesting. Back then, when Stonehenge was built, very similar to Ireland, the vast majority of the island, of the entire country, was forested, heavy, dense, forested area. I'm not entirely sure with the UK, but I know Ireland was like 95% forest. Today, it's less than 5% forest. So it just goes to show, being able to get this kind of horizon to horizon view would have been quite strange. However, on the plains where Stonehenge is, they were like chalk and silt on the ground, so trees didn't really grow there. So if you were to consider back then, this skyscraper monument suddenly just shooting up out of the ground, and it would have been very different than what it looks today. People say the same about the pyramids, right? We get this idea of, sand and this kind of a brown figure. Not at all. Back then, they were highly polished. They would have been very bright white, maybe, right? And it would have been the same when we look at Stonehenge. I mean, the same has to be said for Hadrian's Wall. That wasn't just a wall. It was often said, no, it was covered in marble. Or indeed it was white, but the idea being was it shone, it reacted with the sun, and they used that, knowing that, it'll get brightened up looking at the sun. But the Romans definitely found it. They built a town very close, or a village very close by, and Roman pottery and artifacts were found inside the circle of Stonehenge. So 100% the Romans were there. It's said there's one or two Roman inscriptions on the rocks themselves, amongst others. There's Bronze Age inscriptions, medieval inscriptions, and it's people leaving their mark on history, I suppose. It's absolutely mad. So by the late Bronze Age, active building at Stonehenge had ceased. The monument gradually fell into ruin. Some stones toppled, others were removed for building material. Antiquarians began studying Stonehenge in the 17th century, and the site became the focus of early archaeological excavations in both the 18th and 19th centuries. In 1882, it was protected under the Ancient Monuments Act. Restoration in the early 20th century re-erected some of the fallen stones. Stonehenge and the surrounding landscape were inscribed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site back in 1986. So even to this day, Stonehenge, well, it's both a tourist destination and an attraction, but also a pilgrimage. It's for modern druids and pagan and even spiritual seekers. Every year, big festivals between the summer and winter solstice, thousands of people gather here to witness it. The atmosphere is festive and indeed spiritual, with visitors describing a feeling of connection and a special energy at the site. English Heritage, which manages the monument, facilitates these gatherings and preserves the monument's integrity. So there is like an official office, if you like, looking after it. Stonehenge's location, which is right beside a busy A303 road, has long raised concerns about traffic, noise and visual intrusion. The UK government proposed a scheme to reroute the road into a dual carriageway tunnel passing near the monument, but in 2024 UNESCO considered placing Stonehenge on its World Heritage in Danger list because the tunnel could harm the site's outstanding universal value. Ultimately, UNESCO decided not to list it but requested further reports. The proposed scheme would cost in and around £2.5 billion and include a tunnel and repurposed roadway. However, campaigners argue it would cause permanent and irreversible harm. The debate reflects the challenges of balancing modern infrastructure with preservation. Easy now. What's her speed looking like? Get her down the hill there now, fairly lively. So Stonehenge encapsulates the ingenuity, beliefs and social networks of Britain's prehistoric peoples. It's hard to imagine. It was constructed for over more than 1,000 years. It involved quarrying and transporting stones from Wales, southern England and even northern Scotland, shaping them with precision, aligning them with celestial events. The monument served as a cemetery, a ceremonial centre, astronomical observatory and even perhaps a political symbol uniting communities. Its wider landscape of curses, avenues, timber circles and monumental pits reveal a complex cosmology linking the heavens, the earth and indeed the underworld. To this very day, Stonehenge, well, it still inspires. There's no actual fact of what the site was used for. There's many artists' interpretations of what they believe the monument looked like when fully complete, but there's just not enough evidence to, confidently say that is the way it looked. It's kind of mad, right? Now, in Ireland, we have Newgrange, and there's a lot of similarities between Newgrange and Stonehenge. They're not the same type of monument, but they're absolutely same in the same kind of Neolithic era of ideas, right? Newgrange, of course, they reckon built around 3200 BC, which makes it older than Stonehenge and, of course, older than the pyramids. Well, right? Both monuments, they were built in the late Stone Age. They required massive labour coordination. They used large stones transported over vast distances. They were aligned with celestial events, and they sat within wider ceremonial landscapes. And to think of it, we look at travel today, in particular when we look at travel, we're looking at the world through Microsoft Flight Sim. And the world is, in our view, an incredibly small place when you consider we can literally go from point A to point B relatively fast. I mean, you look at modern day air travel, you can get from, the UK to North America in about 8 hours, from Ireland about 7 hours. You know what I mean? We can get to the Far East, we can get to the far side of the world, literally to the far side of the world, in under 24 hours. So the world has become a very small place. However, you consider what it must have been like back then. The distance between Ireland and England has to be something, comparable to maybe the distance between the North and the South Pole. Uncharted lands, treacherous, didn't know anything about weather, no roadways, no technology in which you can travel these roads safely. When you consider that, and when you consider about how do they get the materials, what sort of was there a committee involved? How did that committee evolve through countless centuries that they maintained this site? What was the belief system? Was it more than that of just a monument or a burial site? And how did they figure out the celestial events? How did they know? There was no calendar. There was no known calendar. They didn't know what, seasons were. They knew when there was food. They knew when there wasn't food. They knew when it was warm. They didn't really know when it was cold. Well, you know what I mean? It's fascinating stuff. Don't make unnecessary journeys. Do you know what I mean? How old is Stonehenge? They reckon 3000 BC. Check the bar. What you do now? The Bremen bar. Ooh, look at the state. News fan, are you sitting down? I'm going to correct you. You see the flag here on the Alouette on the right hand side? That is 100% accurate. I have to tell you this. On the left hand side, the Irish flag looks correct. On the right hand side, the Irish flag is positioned that way to give the idea that it's moving forward, amongst other things. But that is correct. 1,000,000%. Just in case you were saying, what the devil, right? Secondly, Stu Snape, is that a Merlin or a lynx? Look at the state of it. It's a lynx. That's gorgeous. Yeah, Muse, a lot of people kind of say, what the hell, we're not the Ivory Coast. It's just the way the Air Corps do it. I think all military do it, I think. If you look at the American flag on the right side of the aircraft, it's doing the same. Yeah, US flag is positioned the same. Yeah. It's a Wildcat, not a Lynx, but it's built on a Lynx legacy. Surely, it looks like a Lynx. If you were to say, Murph, what's that flying? I'd say it's a Lynx, you know. Owen Collins, good to see you. What's your opinion on the Coast Guard switching from S92 to the 189? The 189 is without a doubt cheaper to operate, and performance based on the height of the aircraft is very good as well. There was a lot of kind of controversy over the height, the internal height of the aircraft, but it's pretty cool. But only ever flown to the Ivory Coast. We'll have to. Swifty, good to see you. Does the Lynx have skids? I'm not sure. Mayor of Bratby, welcome in. It's not a Lynx. Yeah, but it looks like a Lynx. And now, I'm not saying it's a Lynx. You know, I just say it looks like a Lynx. It's a Lynx. Right, Wildcat. I mean, like, hello? We didn't have another name for it. We couldn't call it a Lynx, so we just called it a Wildcat. Right, that'll do. Right, where are we now? Look. Jeez, the tea's going to go cold. We'll have to keep her moving. We're 101 knots. Drive it on now, Murphy. I reckon we can get even more aggressive here now. So, nose down, collective, raise it up, nose down further, and let's see, can we punch a little bit of speed out of this machine. I reckon we should be able to set at about 110 knots. All going well, right? Mayor of Bratby, welcome in. Just coming in from TikTok, the A189 is costing more per year than the S92. Where did I read? I only read on this a couple of weeks ago. So, the 189s are under contract, where the S92 I think was bought outright, I think. So the lease price might have been cheaper, but they had to pay for their maintenance. Where I think now, the lease price could be higher with the 189, but Leonardo look after the... It's Augusta Westland, but it's Leonardo. They look after the maintenance, I think. Practically Geek is here. Good to see you, buddy. Your PC is out of action while checking RAM. Imagine if my RAM was broke. Can only laugh. Black screen and restarted earlier out of nowhere. Ah, Jesus. I don't know what use I can be to you, Practically Geek, but if you're in trouble and you need stuff recorded, hit me up on Discord. Maybe I can record stuff for you and send it over. If that helps, let me know, buddy. Or even do like remote dial-in or something, I don't know. We'll figure out something though. The price of RAM now, like, ouch. Murph, can you fly the SR-71 Blackbird sometimes? Swifty, sure thing, buddy. The 189 is quieter going over the house. Creo, right? AW139 or Airbus H160. Oh, 139. I love the 139. S92, you can see out the back door in it. You could. Everything you need to know about ancient England can be learned by watching Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Yes! 100%. Right, your speed is a little bit better. In my opinion, the 189 is a big downgrade. I'm surprised they didn't go for like 139s. Like, how old is the airframe on the S92? 15 or something? 16? Mav Wings, good to see you. Back in action after 2 weeks without the sim. Error 2047 was a lady dog and finally had to restore the PC. Well, listen, it's great to hear you're back in action, buddy. The Irish invented Stonehenge to mess with the world. We'll build this big thing here now for the Cracksure, you know. Should be grand. What is it? Don't tell them. It's mad, like, I've travelled, like, I haven't been to Stonehenge, but like, I've travelled around much of Ireland looking at different kind of ancient sites and, you know, anything from the old ancient dun, right, forts, to like these fairy rings as we used to call them, which are actually dwellings and kind of hunter-gatherer areas, villages, towns, castles, monasteries, round towers, megalithic tombs, all that jazz. Over to Normandy, Carnac, where you have the standing stones, which go back to 4000 BC, an entire field of standing stones, right? It certainly links a similarity between these people. Some people would say they're Celtic. There wasn't necessarily a Celtic civilization. There wasn't like a central government of the Celts. They were of Celtic origin or a Celtic culture, perhaps. You know what I mean? But there wasn't like, here's the national flag of the Celts. That just wasn't the case. And of course, prior to Celts, of course, well, I mean, the Romans categorized them as Gauls, barbarians, right? As close as you are, I can't believe you haven't been there. Yeah, it's mad, Scott. It's somewhere on the list I now need to go visit. And I wouldn't mind. I came terribly close to here a couple of years back. We were down in Bath, went down to Exeter, up by Pottery, and then went across to just north of Brighton into London. Do you know? I don't fly helicopters, but it would be great to see the Airbus Juno and Jupiter. Ooh. Yeah, there's a Sea King on the way. 777, thank you very much indeed for 18 months, buddy. Cheers, man. Very kind of you, sir. Right, we're doing something right because our speed is going the way we need it to go. However, we're losing altitude, so we need to be careful. Sea King. Yeah, see, the big old yellow Sea King. Love them. I remember years ago, one of them flew into Baldonnel. I was only a child, and I was up near the ramp because we heard this, like, back then, the loudest helicopter the Air Corps, they had a Puma for a while, but like the loudest helicopter the Air Corps had was, the Dauphin. And you heard this then coming in. I was like, what the hell is that? Cycled up like a devil up onto the ramp, and here's this massive yellow Sea King coming in. And back then the world was a much different place. Sure, I was allowed to hop into it and sit in the pilot seat and flick switches and lights, and you couldn't do that now, lads. How low can we go? We can go low. My Coffee says, anyone excited about the new caravan coming? Oh, dude, can't wait. I heard they're also having trouble with the new plane. It's given them... Mayor of Bratby, what plane do they have? Is it a C-90? What? Didn't ever hear a Huey. Nothing was louder than a Huey. There was no Hueys. The first time I saw a Huey, it flew in from Germany, so there were German Hueys. And that's years ago as well, right? You'd usually get Lynx flying in. The RAF used to ramble in for training, on a Friday, and then go home on a Monday morning for training. A lot of the training took place in the Bremen Bar. Let me see now. Is it Zay Guy? Welcome in. Thank you for the follow. Good to see you. Carl has joined us over on TikTok. Good evening. Hope you're well. And welcome into everyone on TikTok as well, lads. Sorry, if I'm behind the chat, I don't mean to. So if I don't say howie or whatever, just shout. Harry Brennan is there. Sean, of course, is there. I appreciate you coming in, lads. Did the Irish not have a Chinook? No. The largest heli we had now, the Air Corps rented a Super Puma. So its main heli fleet, heli wing, number 3 heli wing, I think, there was 2 Gazelles, I think 7 Alouettes and 5 Dauphins. They had 6 Dauphins. I think they 8 originally. I need to check my book. They had more Dauphins. One was used always for spare parts. One was used exclusive for training. They unfortunately lost one in a tragic accident in Tremor. The Alouettes, they lost 2 of them. Well, they didn't lose them. They know where they went, The Chinook is the loudest. I've seen a Chinook and I've heard a Chinook. They are, without doubt, the loudest. But yeah, I remember the Huey, man, the noise of that. Lynx coming in were pretty cool. Yeah, no good for sneaking up on someone. Do you know what I thought was like shocking loud as well? An Apache. They're very loud. Didn't think they would be. Did the Irish make Stonehenge, Marv? Ara, they did. We gave them the plans, Nutty Slack was in a Chinook. Nice, buddy. I was never in one flying. I was in one, static display at an air show in Bal, but I was never in one flying. Taking them out of my community folder seems not to happen now. What was it? Practically Geek. The flying crane is pretty loud. Well, that's a Sikorsky, right? We're very close to it. The Irish didn't perform the labour. No, we stayed in the pub. Used to see Chinooks when they were operating the North Sea rigs. Really? They had Chinooks operated to the rigs? Two Apache flew over my house a year ago. They're pretty loud. Yeah. I gotta say, lads, the scenery is gorgeous, isn't it? Look at this. The UK and Ireland, they're actually done so very well in the sim. That mesh that they got for the terrain with the last update for Ireland and the UK, it is spectacular. I've never seen the UK or Ireland represented so well in a flight sim. It's excellent. In particular, the mesh. Mostly Super Pumas when your dad worked in the rigs. That's crazy. Old veteran. The Danish Vikings built Stonehenge. Ah, very good. I remember in 2009, I think it was in Aircore Precinct 9, was back about 10 minutes away from your house in Mayo. Yeah, I knew him. When I was an RAF cadet, I stayed at a base at Ottaham and I went for a spin in the back of a Chinook. Nice. Dazza Tiarab is here. Good to see you, buddy. Down with a man called Medic. We need a medic down here. Is there a bridge? Leonardo da Vinci found a bridge. The AW139 is loud and massive. It is. The 135s are nice. They're getting the 14. Is it the 140 or the 145? It's the 145s to replace them. Wrong way. I know, we're turning now. We were just going around a little bit, you know. Jesus, Jared is there. Go handy. Look at these lovely little villages, and like there's castles and whatnot here. It'd be great to see, you know. Lads, it's stunning. I just don't fly down this neck of the woods enough. Look how pretty this is. The UK countryside is fabulous. Get a load of this now. Need to be thinking now on our UK meetup. Wouldn't that be a great excuse? Yeah, we're going to Exeter. We were kind of thinking Manchester. I don't know when. It'll be later on in the year. July or August, maybe. If anyone's about. Well, July is probably bad because you've Riyadh on, right? Party in Dazza's house. Come on, Dazza. Dazza said he's going to make a barbecue. One of the RAF Chinooks landed in a field and was left overnight due to engine issues. Ooh. Aylin says, does Ireland have heliports? Yeah. Well, heliports not really, but plenty of helipads. Mrs. Dazza was asking about the next UK meetup. Yeah. We mentioned something there a while ago, like there's nothing at all booked, at all, right? Just nothing. But it was working on ideas to say, right, London was awesome the last time, and we went out to Duxford. Riyadh is on in July, so I'll probably wait till after July, so maybe August. Manchester, I think, could be pretty cool. We can meet at the pub at the airport. You know? Yeah, that's what we'll do, old veteran. We'll do a bar event over there. Flying 200 knots at low level in a Chinook is wild. Dude, I say it's nuts. Chris Warren has joined. Good to see you, Chris. You'll be there? Nice. Yeah, I think Manchester, I don't know how easy or accessible it is for a lot of the guys in the UK. Man Rex. But yeah, I'd love to go to Manchester. It'll be some crack. Don't do an August bank holiday. Okay. If you go to Exeter, you'd meet up. It's the old story, like we can't be everywhere, but like I'm just trying to think of somewhere handy. London, looking back, probably wasn't like deadly because it's expensive, right? Duxford was awesome. Eric says, why aren't you flying commercial planes? Sometimes I do, Eric. Sometimes. This one tonight, we just happen to be in a heli. Manchester's pretty easy to get to, all things considered. Meet up in Manchester, I'll be there. Nice! Yeah, we're thinking the airport. Catch up with the lads from Airliners Live. Duxford was great. It was pretty easy, especially for me from the northeast of England. Yeah. Concord Hangar. Ooh, nice. And you picked a weekend when Oasis and Imagine Dragons were in town. Yep. There's a level of genius at play here, Stu, you know. Mac, no worries at all, buddy. wherever that you're based, like, I do my very best to make sure they're not, like, mad expensive. Like, we had a look at, right, we'll do 2 events or 2 things. We'll do a daytime meet-up in Duxford, and then we'll do an evening part in London. And people, some went to both. Some went to only Duxford. Some went only for only a couple of beers in London, right? Pub at the airport would be awesome. It'll probably rain. Yeah, it probably will rain. A few months back, someone went missing on the lake beside me, Loch Corrib. This was fairly late in the evening when the alarm was raised, around 11 or midnight. Rescue 118 came down, flew on a full tank with no luck. 115 got called up around 3 a.m, flew with a full tank and no luck. In the morning, Rescue 115 came back up. They found the guy under a bridge, sleeping after going fishing, and didn't tell his wife. So wonder someone wouldn't hear all the noise and wonder what's going on. Oh dear. Could you imagine 2 choppers going out to look for you? And there he is asleep under the bridge. Yikes. Oh man, look at the land here, look. This is gorgeous. Now we had to climb a bit, but this is very pretty. Send him the bill. It's Manchester, so yeah. Wait, what? Rain in Manchester. You could be lucky. I think Manchester sounds fun because, I mean, we could do plane spotting and whatever, and you can go in and see the Concorde, and they have stuff at the airport. We weren't speaking to the airliners live, lads. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'll drop them a message once we kind of come up with ideas, you know. Kizzy Flame, good to see you. Have you ever visited the National Flight Centre in Weston? Yes? You're doing your PPL there? Nice. Yeah, dude, I've been there. Say hi to Rob. Dreams of Wings, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. You're very welcome in. Love the H500. Oh, dude, I've been loving your videos. It's so chill and like a proper heli flight. Love it, man. That 145 as well. I mean, it's so good. I haven't flown it in ages. H500, I love. So excited for the upcoming Dauphin. Oh, amazing. Davey Mac, thank you for the follow. Welcome. But yeah, chopper flying, lads. It is different. Just it's something else in the sim to enjoy, right? I mean, that's what it's all about. Now, how are we going with our intentions? We're doing good. We're doing very good. All right. Even the forest, like, I mean, look at the detail on the ground, like, isn't it savage? It's a totally different kind of flying altogether, right? Helicopters are so addictive, yeah, dude, they're so good. In the village,
checking in.
Good evening. In the village where I'm from, we've a massive castle owned by Red Carnation of a 5-star hotel. Often see all sorts of helis coming in. Ooh, the executive AS365 came in yesterday. But Emily Blunt? No way! Can you go in and say hello, like? Loved your helo days in your younger years? So I got a flight in a Gazelle, an Alouette, and a Dauphin, and a 135, and a 139. I also got a flight in a 206. I got a flight in what was called back then a Squirrel, which is a Eurocopter EC 125, I think now. Yeah. And I've often considered changing paths of a PPL for fixed wing for rotary. But I need time to fly a helicopter. You know what I mean? I've never flown a helicopter. I've been in many. I've never flown one. I was in a H130 as well. Yeah. I was at the Grand Canyon. Doing a helicopter license on the 160. Ooh. It's even more expensive than an airliner. Jesus. Locals have freedom on the grounds, just not inside though. Rory McIlroy had his wedding up there. Ah. Right, we're doing something kind of half alright. We're about to touch base at Exeter. It's about 20 miles out. Then we have a 60-mile hike, maybe less, up to Stonehenge. Book an hour in an R22. Yeah, old veteran, 100%. Just hope they fix photogrammetry trees. Was checking out default handcrafted Cardiff. It's so detailed, but the surrounding photogrammetry ruins the outskirts. Just like a limit of the it's a limit of the tech, but they're aware of it for sure. Do you need a special joystick for helicopters? No, I mean I use a HOTAS. I mean you can use a cyclic and a collective. If you like flying helis, you'll love it when you use collective, and you'll get really good landings when you're in VR. Adam, 100%. I have a collective, I just haven't bolted it onto my chair, and I use VR, so yeah. Pilots can land at Echo Golf Delta Mike. It's just under 5 miles from Stonehenge. Thanks, Nighthawk. Very cool. You've been in so many different types. Last time I was in the Hilo was Sea King in the 80s. I'd love to have been in it. Like flying. Like static displays of helis, Lynx, Chinook, Puma, Apache. Lynx. I said Lynx. What was the other one? Merlin. It huge, massive yoke. It was like it used to be in a flight sim. An EC something Merlin, I think. I heard they may have fixed the trees with some update 5. I haven't seen it yet. Don't even know what a collective is. So they call this gadget down here. See this guy? That's a collective. And on a collective, depending on the aircraft, they could have an automatic gyro, so you don't explode the engine. So on your collective, you have this up and down movement, right? But also you have a throttle, and your throttle will increase your RPM. And so it's everything has to live in perfect harmony between your pedals, which aren't actually called pedals. These are called anti-torque pedals. Your collective, and then this one here is your cyclic. We don't know why they named them the names, you know. The Hueys are always your favourite tombs? Yeah, they're cool. Gazelles and Cobras, they are gorgeous, Adam, yeah. Have a look in the real life channel in Discord, that's your Hilo. Ooh. Stand by. Whoa! It's like Meccano. That's mad looking, Ted. Does that fly now, or does it just make noise? Right, we're approaching Exeter. Brilliant.
Traffic, Eagle 8, approximately 30 miles southwest of the airfield. We are going to be performing a full stop landing on runway 26. Exeter traffic.
Exeter traffic, November 235 Romeo Mike. A H500 helicopter, 10 miles to the southwest, inbound. For a full stop, we will land over on the GA ramp, Exeter. Yeah. Oh, it spins. Oh, nice. Captain Apurva, welcome in. There's a Royal Blue Gazelle at Manchester Barton. Ooh. On some helis the throttle sits at 100. Yeah, for others twist skip. Yeah, 100% Adam. Yeah. But yeah, no, they're cool. The Stonehenge details in the new update are beautiful. I really hope they are. Murph, Microsoft are releasing the A400 for 2020. Oh, nice. Ooh, I wonder was there an update for it. Roll to the left. Man, this countryside is absolutely friggin' gorgeous, isn't it? Right, I need to do one of these. Adam is sitting there going, Murph, why didn't he play it yet?
Flight 249 on final 08, full stop land, Exeter traffic.
You need to come to Twitch to hear music. Stu, 100%. It's Gary B is here. Good to see you. It is gorgeous, buddy, isn't it? The moon doth rise. This is pretty. How come there's so many airplanes flying with you? Yeah, it's a group flight. Welcome to the flying circus. That Bell 427 looks great, I have to say. And like, that's an Asobo model, right? Like, some of the models are gorgeous, they just don't load. Cy Murray, 54 months. Thank you very much indeed.
It's a big 10-4, good buddy.
Jesus, there's buttons. Tombs, 13 months. Thank you very much indeed, buddy. Cheers, man. So I'm trying to think, the last time we flew into Exeter, we were doing C-47 flights, right? Stonehenge. Do you know, with a small bit of trim, this chopper, it hand flies so well. And like, anyone who wants to learn choppers, I'd always recommend turning the assists off. Now, one of them I think you need on. I better check that, actually. I need to check my assists. Once we land here, I'm going to check my assists, because I think that auto rotation thingy is shagged. Lazy Davy, you're to hitting the ground, you devil. Grand. Lines and fields, patches, yeah, it's really good, isn't it? Auto rotations, I've tried it in some, yeah. In VR as well. The Alouette is class with it.
Oh, Jesus.
Hans Eibach. The Limbics, yeah, Cow and Sim updated their fleet. 100%. Saw that announcement. The view at 500 is excellent. My direction indicator is shagged, is it? Yeah, well, it's not really. It's not actually working. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, that's interesting. Very interesting. Is there anyone in chat? There's loads. Apurva. So there's a couple of different chats, right? So we have YouTube main, YouTube vertical, then we have Twitch, and we have TikTok as well. Miles Houlihan, welcome in. Right. We may put this gadget down now, and we're going to see what happens, right? So if I do one of these, one of those, and let's see what we can do here to don't crash, Murphy. Easy now. And I need to just double check my assistance options. Easy. Speed's coming down.
Fantastic. Clear flight 808, turning final for runway 26, Exeter traffic.
Easy. We'll sit down over at the grass there. Easy. But yeah, like, starting off, I'd recommend turning the assists off. Now, if you're proper struggling, turn some of them on. They'll help you out. But like, flying choppers in the sim, it's incredibly rewarding when you get them. Like the flight model, you know, I think they're a little bit skittish, to be honest. I know Airland do it. Oh Jesus, Airland do a good job with theirs, but like, they're still incredibly fun once you start getting the hang of them a little bit. You know what I mean? Easy now. Easy. 142 and a bump will take it. Right, let's look at my options here. Settings. Assistance. So I need to. Is it the vortex? Or yeah, I need to turn that one back on because that can play up a little bit. But the assists are off. Now, if you fly with the assists on, it makes it very manageable, right? So like, there's no bragging rights here. I couldn't care if, you know, the assists are on or off. You set them up so you fly at your best. There's no point, you know, like having a bad flight experience because you don't want to use assists. That doesn't make any sense. The assists are there to assist you. You know what I mean? So don't ever feel that you can't use them. Some very modern ones, yeah. Yeah, it's nuts, Adam, isn't it? Ed says, Murph, is this a default helicopter? No. This is from Taog's Hangar, and it's beautiful. Black Sheep Jean, thank you very much. Waiting for Moses to reinvent the collective. Thank you very much indeed for the super chat, buddy. Appreciate you. What a legend. You're very kind, sir. Right, lads, from Exeter. We've about 60 miles, give or take, right? So, without further ado, vortex is needed for landing correct. Yeah, but I think it's not working terribly right. The only assist I have on is vortex ring. Yeah, if you can manage it, Muse, yes. Easy now, Jemima. I've all my trims in, so she might be a little bit squally. Easy now. Up the hill, Betsy. Alright. Alright, we continue on. Beautiful.
Approaching runway 8. Caution, caution.
You're grand, Betsy. She's absolutely fine, look. Alright. Alright. This next leg, this is going to bring us straight to Stonehenge, and then we do a quick jaunt over to Southampton. We're roughly on time. We might be 5 or 6 minutes over our plan, but let's see what happens. Red Bull Iceland, welcome in. You're very welcome in, folks. Hope you're having a great day. Thank you for joining us here on TikTok, along with Twitch and YouTube. You're very kind, lads. Thank you very much indeed. So great to see so many lovely people. Even Muse. The Who was back. I'll tell you, just wait for FS weekend. Aerosoft and Toll is doing a live stream of the H340. Ooh. Chris Van Halen, hello there. Right, easy now, Jemima. Get the speed back up. And then flyer. Jeez. Pretty good. To set up a heli properly, you need to disconnect throttle and collective. Yeah. Easy now.
I have 10. I've been drinking like a mad idiot.
So we want to drop the nose down, keep level flight, watching our vertical speed indicator, or VSI, and a small bit of trim. Easy.
Can I get a refund?
You'd actually, no, shag off. You'd actually be surprised. A lot of choppers don't have trim, or at least that I've looked at. You have seen me for Exeter. I can't remember the dev. So there was one from Aerosoft, and then there was one from UK 2000. I'm using the UK 2000 one because it's more modern, but the Aerosoft one should be just fine, Muse. It's actually a nice little scenery. Alright, we're tracking fairly good speed here now. Alright. Don't think it was either of them. I'm almost certain Aerosoft did it. I think there's only two. I think. Easy now. Anyone know what live weather's doing? Is it workable? Just little inputs of trim. Oh, Starport. Yeah, that was released by Aerosoft. Muse. I'm almost certain of it.
Taxiing to runway 8.
It's not too bad, but it's a tailwind. Will we give it a shot?
Departure, Exeter traffic.
Good visibility. Let's give it a mo. Yeah, we're not too bad at that. Let's go with that. Get our trims reset, get our barrel reset. And a tailwind, that's what we want. That'll push us up the road a bit. Change, look at our speed, 120 knots. That H160 is like 140, isn't it? Live weather here, snowing. Hermit, you poor devil. Briggsy, good to see you over on TikTok, man. Keen is here, welcome in. Great to see you, lads. Happy Monday, if there is such a thing, you know. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Muse, I agree. Brilliant.
Exeter Pacific, Firefly 828, we're just going to keep our rolling, taking off.
Watch your speed.
8 northeast departure, Exeter Pacific.
We're doing alright. Jeez, we're hooning it now, lads. This is brilliant. Glad you're not the only one, right? You're doing 140 knots ground speed. We're not far behind you. 144, look. Jesus. We're absolutely booting it. Brilliant. Let's have a look. Jay Winokur is here. Good to see you, buddy. Hope all is well. My dude, how's she cutting? Probably Pete, been offline for a while. Monitor issues. Finally determined my third monitor no longer in use, but the cable was still connected. Oh, no way. Well, at least you found out what it is, man. You know. Now, quick look over on St. Tensions. Where's the lads there? Nope, you didn't. Looking good, lads. Looking good. All good. Super slow day at work. Convinced it's a holiday and nobody told me. Oh, no. Who said banana bread day? Jesus, the speed. Yes! We're absolutely booting it, lads. Isn't it only an absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous chopper though? Beautiful. Man, look at that view. Easing out. Works. Look at this state. Jesus. I'm going the wrong way. Is it true that any airport you land in the UK, you have to pay a landing fee? It's not just the UK, man. It's most of Europe. Most of Europe. And then Flyer, where are you based again, man? You're North America, right? But like, US or Canada? Because like, isn't there like a ton of airports in the US there are no landing fees? Some of them there are, but yeah, I think a lot of airfields there's no landing fee. Provided, I think, you use their services, though. Would that be right? Like if you're buying fuel, for example, they waive the landing fee. Or if you're staying overnight, okay, you get hangarage or whatever, or ramp parking. I'm not quite sure. Albuquerque, okay. Nice part of the world, buddy. We're looking good here. Now we need to get our exact coordinates over to Stonehenge. We're looking good so far. Murph, just an FYI, am I the only one having issues with your Twitch feed stuttering and hanging? Not my connection, as I have other Twitch feeds and they're all fine. Your YouTube is working fine.
Hello there.
Oh, dude, I think we're all alright. I think, I don't know. I've nothing on my side telling me there's an issue, so... Did you try, you know, shaking your fist, giving out? Most of the smaller airports, there's no landing fee. At some of the larger airports, if you use the services, you are correct, no fee. There's also some FBOs that have been going mad, and the AOPA have been going after them. Well, like, in the US, there are just so many airports. It's a different, you know, it's a different kind of setup. It's competitive. Why land at our airport when you got, like, you know, probably 2 or 3 more in range? You know what I mean? Easy now. Flying with you, 135 keeps losing power. Oh no! We got a good group of folks this evening, lads. This is awesome. Like, we don't always do heli flights. I mean, it's something different, right? This week is a mad week, actually, because we're flying the big heavy bombers on Friday night. We're doing the Warbird ferry flight. We're going to take a Lancaster out of Canada over to Michigan. And then we're going to take a B-17 out of Michigan over to Michigan, right? The big airports will slap a landing fee on GA to discourage them from coming. No way, really? MFS 2020 UK. Murph, tonight I'm doing flight from Andorra to your home airport of Leeds. Nice. Canada, eh? Yeah. Hey, Manx is here. Good to see you, buddy. This is pretty. We're near very hallowed ground, sacred ground. Oh, Pottery is just up the road there. And you watch Band of Brothers. Hey, Epic Fool is here. Epic, did you get your PC sorted, mate? You're missing out on all sorts of flyage. The poor old devil. Yep, you did. Dee. Easy now, easy now. Easy. Right. If you owned a helicopter, could you land next to a Tesco in a field, get a bottle of milk? PC is still waiting to be collected. Ah, Jesus, man. What does it need, Epic? Like, is it parts, or it needs someone like with a brain to go at it? Like, you know what I mean? Caution, prop wash. If I owned a helicopter, I mean, I know 2 guys who own helicopters. A fella down the road owns one, which is an L Robinson. And then there's a friend of a friend who owns, I think it's a 206, a Jet Ranger. Come on, Taz. Likely the motherboard is buggered. Oh, dude, that's awful news, man. I don't have an old motherboard lying around. I've not. In fact, I used to always have bits and pieces of computers, but what happens is they get too old, and then you're like, I don't need it, and out it goes. You know what I mean? Hopefully they get a sword for you, dude. Leo's here, good evening. Hope you're well. Let me see. Altai, is it? Welcome in. Welcome aboard. Thank you also very much indeed for tuning in tonight, lads. If you're watching on YouTube, if you wouldn't mind doing just a solid, if you were to hit the little like button, look, the little thing in the screen, look at that fancy overlay, right? It does help out the streams. It recommends it to other people who ordinarily wouldn't be bothered. They'd be like, what? And then they come in, they're like, what's all this? And then we're like, well, hello, close the door, don't let them leave. Right. Depends, one, where you are at, what the country rules are. We had a guy that used to get permission to land in a parking lot for a cafe. No way, Scott, really? That's mad. I'm just going to bring the chopper down. But that's the thing, lads. In America, it's quite different. Aircraft, general aviation, or even, you know, helis, they're a means of just transport. To us, they're... Well, in Ireland, I mean, you know, they're corporate or they're utility, right? They're not like pleasure craft. Or for well, even maybe they are. It's like having a sports car or something. You know what I mean? And it's only because the island is so small. England is a little bit different. There's quite a big general aviation scene there, but it's still nothing like what it's like in the States. And yet you've other countries then, you know, New Zealand or Australia. Well, Australia's massive, but like they use aircraft for like most utility and transport things. Because, well, it's the country's either so vast or you just can't travel around it. Same in Canada. Crazy, no? Right, we're doing well. Lots of general aviation in South Ontario. Right. Like, I wonder, right? Out of everyone who's watching now, and let's see if we can do this, right? If you live relatively close to an airport, doesn't matter what size, could be military, civilian, doesn't matter, but if you live relatively close to an airport, press 1. If the airport is very far away from you, press 2. And we'll just get an idea because, well, sure, we can get all sorts of plane pictures. I'd love you guys to share them because, I mean, we have a great Discord. There should be tons of photos in there. Jesus, the amount he is very close to an airport. That's insane. Look at the amount. Is 2,000 miles close? Close enough. You're close to 3 airports. Lads, I never knew you all live so close to airports. That's crazy. It makes a lot of sense, but it's crazy. Noah has 5 GA fields and 1 international airport. What? 1 in the landing and departing pattern. That's crazy. More than 1, Murph. Like... You're right at the end of a runway. Really? Oh, 2,000 feet, Mr. TBHI. Jesus. Does working across the road from an airport count? Yeah, that counts. If you would ever visit, you can come and see many airports. Scott, I need to arrange that. You know, I live close to both JFK and LaGuardia. Nice. Lads, is there anyone in the chat driving to Expo this year? Question for you. Is anyone driving their car to Flight Sim Expo this year? Cumbernauld and Glasgow are close to you? Ooh. You got 4 GA airports and 1 skydiving school within 10 or 15 minutes. No way. You work in an office overlooking Birmingham? Sweet. Decided to fly parking fees were nuts. Captain Cocktail? Las Vegas, buddy. In a box, man? Okay, sweet. I might have an unusual kind of request if anyone has a vehicle. If we make it worth your while, though, you know, we'll throw in all sorts of things like, you know, merch. It's 12 kilometers from you, and then you're 6 kilometers from you. CCG4, so that's like a small, GA field, Super Tie, is it? Sure, isn't a stranger a friend you haven't met? Epic fool, right? Right, if anyone knows for sure, lads, you can let me know, and we'll have a chat on Discord. And there's no worries either way, just trying to get an idea. 10 minutes from Norwich Airport. Milton Hall, Lakenheath and Marham are all within an hour. Dubs and Dials, no way. Whoa, Corrupt Cow is in the house with a raid. Welcome in, Raiders. Happy Monday, lads. Hope you had an awesome stream.
Myself.
We're just about to ramble up to Stonehenge. We're here in the Hughes 500 from Taog's Hangar on a group flight. You're very welcome in. Prime, good to see you. We're probably okay for now, buddy, but yeah, leave it with me. I used to live at the end of 08 at Wharton. If I opened my window, it would hit the fence. Jeez. I'm about 15-ish minutes from an airfield. 2 of them. But like in terms of a relatively large airport, about an hour. I'm closer to Shannon than I am Dublin. Shannon, by the way, is the world's best airport. I don't care. 'Tis the best airport. Half away from Newcastle. Is that Newcastle? No, that's not Newcastle. Pacelli, where's that? 20 minutes from at least 3 small fields. Echo November Golf Mike. Where's that now? Sam Arm, good to see you. Hope all is well. Is Microsoft Flight Sim with insane scenery or something like X-Plane? Oh, this is Microsoft Flight Sim. Yes. This is default scenery, man. This is out of the box. Gardermoen, gotcha. Nighthawk, that's awesome, buddy. That'd be a great quiz to do some night. We'll have to like get a whole load of ICAO codes, you know. Now lads, I reckon we're getting very close. I'm going to need Navigraph open for this. I had the hiccups. Keep her going. Home airport is Newquay in Cornwall. You're born in Greater Manchester. Nice! I'll have to try out the Orbeck stuff at some point. Yeah. RAF Cosford just up the road, Nutty Slack. That's a place I'd love to go to. Why is Shannon the best? Why is Shannon the best? In my opinion, St. Martin. Whoa, Dylan! Whoa. Listen. Shannon Airport has the same beach babes on the fences, you know. You just can't see them. And it's the home of duty free and Irish coffee. And it's just a really nice airport. Blackpool down the road, got your PPL there wrong way. Ooh. Black Sheep Gene has 5 airports within 45 minutes. San Jose International, San Francisco, Oakland, Reed Hillview. Jesus, Gene, that's nuts. Knock and Sligo about 45 minutes. That's good. Murph, the best airport is Louisville. Lots of cargo ops, yeah. Murph, I put a video in your Discord under YouTube videos. Gives an example of how close we are. Standing in the backyard? Wait now. Where did you put it? Real life? No. The Bremen? No. Clips? Where did you put it? Photos? Irish coffee, and you say it's the best airport. Yes, what's wrong with Irish? Yes, Mandy, what's wrong with Irish coffee? Hang on there now. Easy now. Just because we make it doesn't mean we like it. It said under you, or he said under YouTube videos. Where, Mr. GPHI? I don't think I have an area of YouTube videos on my Discord. Uh-oh. Under YouTube videos. But I don't have a YouTube video section. I do? Dude, I don't think so. Uthapo is 80 kilometers jail pilot. Ooh. I did 6 minutes from the car park to the inside bar in me. Wait now. On your last flight. Gotta love Shannon. Shannon's brilliant. Mr. TBHI. I can't remember if I do. I don't think I have. Or maybe it's gone into a different channel. Ah, jeez. I don't see it. Uh-oh. It says your YouTube videos. Huh? I don't think it is. Mr. TBHI? Are you on the Mrs. computer by any chance? Is it upside down? Hard to compete with Colombian and Brazilian coffee, but if you say so. Whoa, they don't use Irish coffee beans. They use Colombian or Brazilian coffee and just, you know, horse in a shot of whiskey or two with a bit of cream. Yeah. I'm intrigued here, Mr. GPHI. Where does... Sorry, give me a minute. It's the wrong Discord. Brilliant. Oh, Jared, you're going to have to link him. No, we're grand. We know it's all sorted. It's the wrong Discord. That could have been hilarious. You know, meanwhile, they're like, what is this? Oh, Vijayni, I put it in the wrong place. Ross Daly, good to see you. Brilliant. Wyatt, we're nearly there. The Irish invented Irish coffee, don't you know? We did, don't you know? Murphy rubbing off his viewers. Yeah. There, put it under real life. Come on yourself. Ah, brilliant. Hang on now. This needs to be done quickly. Jesus. Hang on, how do we do this now? I don't want ads. Right now. Someone keep an eye on the aircraft there for a second. Oh, jeez, look how close you are. Is that a CRJ? Oh, looks like a ghost.
They've done studies, you know.
That's like take the paint off your house clothes.
It works every time.
It's Monday. It was a CRJ, wasn't it? Beautiful looking machine. We're getting too low. We're grand. All is well in the realm. There's nothing to worry about anything. I say that with, like, you know, striking conviction. Also, the time of day is getting weird. Mr. TPHI definitely wasn't flying that one. Oh, that's pretty. Right, lads, we are moments away. Moments. How many? A few. You know. What a spot. This is gorgeous here, isn't it? I might bring the time of day back up a smidgen, lads, because I don't want it to be night time. You know what I'm saying? Yep, you devil, yeah. We'll go back up to about 4:30. If that's not, oh Jesus, if that's all right, I'll go up there. Right. Oh no, I did it totally wrong, you muppet. Right, stop messing now. Right, we're grand. I had a Dash 8-100 do the same. Ooh. Alright, weather's doing weather things. Here's Kladsky. Oh yeah, this looks awesome. I mean, it's typical UK weather, right? 1 minute it's going to be lashing, the next minute it's going to be quite nice. Oh yeah. Alright, we're getting to it. Like, you're going to see where the forest just kind of dwindle back and trees, and it's just this open place. I suppose it's like an outwash plain nearly. It's similar to the Curragh looking at the land. There's a glider field about 20 miles out. Ooh, nice. I don't know what I fly in a glider. I'd say it'd be class, but like, you know. Easy now? Alright, we're heading this way, lads. It's all coming together. Ross, thanks for sharing the live, buddy. Carol is here, welcome in. Hope you're all having a great day, folks. Welcome aboard. I used to fly gliders when life was a little less hectic. So Samram, really? Yeah, I don't know. Would I fly a glider? Terrifying. I wonder if you set the time and right time of the year to summer solstice. Oh, that's a very good question, Briggsy. Now, that is something to test. What is the date of the winter solstice? Murph, I don't know how you do it. You fly your helicopter, run a live stream, run multiple chats. This is my third time in a group flight and I am soaked through to my underpants with sweat, just trying to keep up. I'm also playing the drums with my feet, you know, and keeping an eye of my surroundings so I don't instantly break things. Alouette is just about keeping up, but the overspeed alarm is doing your head in. Yeah, I'll slow it down here now in a second, Muse, don't you worry. Gliders are slow motion falling, right? But thank you, Patrick. You can do it in Microsoft Flight Sim and it's not awful. Sam Arm, yeah, so I flew the Got Friends gliders. They're so good. The AS, what was it, the AS Me or the ASME 33? Don't worry, Murph is soaked to his underpants as well, you just can't see it. What do you mean you're not wearing an underpants? Our local airport is the home base for all the White Desert DC-3s, Balzer's BT-67s. Mr. GPHI, no way. Paul says 21st of December. Okay. Will there be a keyboard song this evening? You just wouldn't know. Johnny's in the house. Welcome in. Right, we're nearly there. Stonehenge. This is all terribly pretty. So we'll fly over the site as as handy as we can, and then we'll try and mess with the sun and celestial movements to see does it work. Mammy said you have to wear an underpants. Ah, brilliant. Look at this terrain here, lads. This is savage. What I might do, there's too much clouds here. We're going to come off live weather, lads, right? Because I just want to brighten up the place, because I want to see what I'm looking at. Yep, you devil you. That looks okay. That looks slightly better. And we'll just get an idea of what we're looking at, Easy now. I crashed 3 times just typing that message. Brilliant. Shane O'Brien, welcome in. Who's there? Caddy Spam, welcome in. Thank you very much indeed. Cheers, buddy. Glad you're liking it. 67 Christmas, welcome aboard. The BT-67 is a cool aircraft. We'd love to have it in the sim. It's basically a DC-3 with a different engine, right? What are the engines? Are they Pratt & Whitney's? Or are they a different kettle of fish? Don't forget that to be clean as well in case you get into an accident. Good man, Scott. Making sure you have clean underpants before you go out. Always looking after us, so he is. 21st of December between kind of 3:30, 4 o'clock. Alright, we'll check it out. Right, lads, we are approaching the thing with the yoke for the place. Are we ready? Y'all excited now? Alright. It really does, Muse. It really does. Right, hold fire for 1 second. We'll do a thing, right? Airliners. Right, hang on. We'll do a thing now because we need to do. date and time. So what were we saying? December 21st. December 21st at around 3:30. Is that right? Oh. Hang on now. Other aircraft need to take off for a minute. Wait now. Wait. And if I do this right, we'll clear the out skies, right? Does the music bring tears to your eyes? It does, because I was chopping onions. Clear skies. Dish. Right? Now let's see, does all this kind of work? It may not work, but sure, listen, if it does, won't we be absolute, legends of our time? I think we would. So with the winter solstice, right? And now I'm trying to remember which one. It has to be here, right? Or is it the one beside it? No, it's here. June is the summer one. Isn't it absolutely mad? If we turn the calendar back, right, so June 21st we'll try next, right? June 21st, hold hard, we'll do the thing. January, February, March, April, May, June 21st. I'm Betsy. Come on, you can do it. July, June 21st. Okay. Are we saying what time? It's sunrise, right? Easy. Let's see if this works. So where exactly? It must be through here. That is kind of mad looking, isn't it? Isn't it mad? Like, it's absolutely mad. So we're saying it lines up with whatever stones and that, right? But, Jesus, like, this is class, isn't it? Summer solstice, the sunrise is behind the heel stone. Uh-huh. Uh-oh. There's a good chance I'm going to get a CTD now. Cancel that immediately, Murph. Easy. Oh yeah, chase plane is absolutely knackered. Oh dear! Don't panic now, Murph. I need to fix a gadget. If we, like, disable it and turn it back on again. Okay. Re-enable. Sometimes my genius is just, you know, frightening. It really is. When getting an issue, turn it off and turn it back on again. You know, absolutely mad. Right, so let me see. We go back to our current date and time, right? We make a daytime up here. Could be devil, yeah. So here's the site as we see it today. In, like, you know, relatively accurate. You know, he hasn't updated it either. Yeah, there's an update needed for sure. But yeah, I need to update it. We'd never work out some things at all. I'm telling you, time of day. So, like, so the outer stones, the inner stones, these are the smaller ones, the blue stones, right? You can't actually get into it. It's blocking me. But these are the blue stones on the inner, right? And as I was saying, why is my camera moving on its own accord? You have these, we'll look at some pictures here now in a second. Chase plane's real funky. Have you all paid and displayed? We have. Like, what do you guys think when we look at a monument like this? I mean, did you think, like, was there a roof on it maybe? Was there, like, a wooden frame around this? Is it foundational stuff? Like, some of the rocks have fallen, the stones. But, like, the other ones are standing literally thousands of years. Thousands. Imagine what they've seen. Poor old camera has a mind of its own. Oh, do you know what it is? It's interfering with the chopper itself. That's what's wrong. Ah, yes. Have a look at the photos from the 50s. They rebuilt some of it, yeah. It's smaller than I thought. It is much smaller, yes. Much, much smaller. It's beautiful, though. Isn't it? Like, if we look at some photos here, right? Let's have a look. Stonehenge. Wikipedia, I suppose. In you go, you big Jesse. Buy it. So that's like real life Stonehenge. It's pretty good in the sim, right? And like, when you think about it, lads, these stones, the carving, this is all done by hand. And even the curvature of the outer stones, it was all done by hand. Like, just mind-boggling stuff, right? Right now, if you go back... Here we go. If we have a look, different impressions, right? So a watercolour by Lucas de Heer in 1574, right? Locust, yeah, funny pile of rocks. It's mad looking, isn't it? The Plain of Stonehenge 2004. And this is when they found all the pits and stuff around it, like. Isn't it? Like, it's a huge site. And think about it, lads, right? As I was saying, all the area was just pure forest. And then it all opened up out into here. There's markings on this. These are ancient markings, ancient graffiti. And down here, it's actually two images. They're axes carved into it, right? Then there's like other graffiti up on top of it as well. Like, it's mad. Carvings of a dagger and an axe. And those carvings date back thousands of years as well. This is the tongue and groove, the mortise and tenon joints. You get the idea? Where they have a lump and then an innie and an outie. That's how it all stuck together. Like, it's ancient Lego, just giant. Isn't that fascinating? So you can see with the Saracens, fallen Saracens, blue stone, fallen blue stone, and then you have your sandstone with the layout. Like, it's quite a big site. So June and December. That's the layout, because it is a northeast, sorry, it's a northwest southeast facing setup. Expansion of farming, like, so they reckon, you know, northern France, that's when they kind of tipped over. Isn't it mad? Wiltshire, 17th century depiction of Stonehenge. Look at that. And there is, like, as I said, there was ruins, Roman ruins as well in the distance, as shown in Camden's Britannia edition in 1789. As painted by John Constable, 1835. Yeah, you can kind of see where the stuff kind of fell over, right? Early photograph in 1877. The file cannot be displayed. Go on, you're a great crack. The monument of a similar angle, 2008, showing the extent of reconstruction. Jesus, that is mad, isn't it? See where everything's like on the ground and falling over, and then that's after they... That is kind of mad, isn't it? Newspaper depiction of the 1920 restoration. Look at that. Photograph taken by Second Lieutenant Philip Henry Sharp in the summer of 1906 from a Royal Engineers feathered balloon. A balloon? That's crazy. The southwest face of the heel stone. And like, people thought there was all damage or whatever done to this, right? But there's like thousands of, like, you know, hammer, chisel, rock, stone, all this kind of stuff put into it. It's nuts. The oldest known depiction of Stonehenge from the second quarter of the 14th century. A giant helps Merlin build Stonehenge from a manuscript of the Roman de Brute. It's mad. 1928 image of Stonehenge with remains of the aerodrome site in the background. There was an aerodrome here, look. That's crazy. You were there for that picture? Muse fan was there, so he was holding the giant, you know. Plot A, Stonehenge. Plot B, Plot C. The Circus is there. The proposed development plots back in 1927. Yeah, that's the view there we saw, look. Look at that, man. That's amazing. And the fact we can do this in the sim, how amazing is that? Dancing inside the stones. 1984. I mean, could you imagine the crack, you know? Jesus, put your top back on. Jesus. Stonehenge at sunset. And then the visitor centre. That's crazy.
When the stones align at a specific time, it gives a bright green glimmer only Murph can see, indicating the weekend beer is due. It does this 6 times.
I tell you, that's so funny. When the stones align at a specific time, it gives a bright green glimmer only Murph can see. That's so funny. Right, hang on. We look at maps here, because I'd be interested to see... where are we now? Exeter, Yeovil, Salisbury, Southampton. We're over here somewhere. Wilton, Salisbury. Where's Stonehenge? There it is. So if you look at the right, and this is great because you can see now what's going on in the land around it, all these different sites and fields, and like these satellite images really do tell the story of what was in this area, right? Isn't that mad? When you zoom in and you see, well, hang on, what was all this going on, right? And the layout. Like, this is what the advantage of satellite imagery gives us, and that's before they even put in, like, you know, infrared or radar scanning technologies. But like, these were all, you know, more than likely, these were all different dwellings or forts, right? I teach you how to say, is it Salisbury or Salisbury? It's pronounced Salisbury, not Salisbury. Listen, right, I'm doing all right so far. English isn't me first language. Moron is. Jake is here, good to see you. Imagine viewing it with LiDAR. Yeah, 100%. It's quite mad. Like, when you think of it, right, there's Stonehenge, right? And its layout. In which then there was an airfield. Well, looking at the photos, where was the airfield? We've probably got a layout. Maybe here? Is it? You're looking for like the old imprint of runway, but then again, back then, they probably weren't concrete. The avenue. Old King Barrows. What's this now? But yeah, there was an old Roman town. Like, there's the Durrington Mall. Like, the whole site is massive. It's huge. It's massive. BCAC hangars. So that must be where the airfield used to be, look. Would it be? I imagine they're old hangars converted, right? Woodhenge. Yeah. Like, the layouts are absolutely crazy, aren't they? What did they, like... You know what I mean? What was going on? They knew something. They knew something we didn't. And this Roman town, as I said, it was nearby. We got some funny looks when we went down near Lark Hill Barracks, as the Blue Thunder helicopters were there. No way. It's crazy, isn't it? Yeah, this is pretty awesome. Like, all this stuff. I mean, this is where you want to be kind of scanning underneath of finding archaeological stuff. We call these fairy forts in Ireland, but like it's dwellings. You know what I mean? And a lot of them are burial sites. And what was interesting, a lot of the burial sites, obviously outside of Stonehenge, looking back in. You know what I mean? Very dramatic. Really dig these historic site air tours. Yeah, it's pretty cool, isn't it? Like, it's mad when you see it. Like, to see this, to do this sort of stuff in the sim is absolutely incredible. It's incredible. Because you get a great perspective on what things are. And then when you go exploring the terrain and you start seeing all this kind of stuff, you're thinking, well, hang on. You know, what was I mean, look at this layout. Look at, like, what was the significance of this? And, like, when you look at the ground, right, if you go up to, you know, we go up to this neck of the woods near friggin' Newgrange, right? There's the Hill of Tara. Here's the Fall of Destiny. Like, do you see the same sort of kind of layout-ish kind of sort of stuff, right? Burial grounds. Now, this is over the far side of the pond. This is over in County Meath. If there's the Hill of Tara, where's Newgrange? Here's Newgrange. But you'll know what I'm saying. When you look at the ground, like, see this sort of crack? We used to call them fairy forts and that. But they were dwellings. Now, they're lakes, man-made lakes, but they're flooded, obviously. That's what they were, right? They were dwellings, ancient dwellings. Too close to the Boyne, I'd say. But you get the idea of how the terrain is kind of shaped in and around these areas. And it was only recently, even with Newgrange, again, I go back to when it was really hot and, like, there was no rain, right? They started discovering tons upon tons of similar sites. Now, Newgrange, well, that was a burial ground. They knew that. And they thought, like, this was, like, the most important place. Like, you have another one over here, look. Huh? Neolithic site. But see these circles again? And, like, and what's fascinating here, lads, like, a timber circle, it's the same stuff, lads. We have the same stuff. It's just very far away. So, like, it's when you consider this sort of crack and the distance between, you know, friggin' Meath and where Stonehenge is. Like, this must have been, like, it's literally on the far side of the world for these people. You're talking, you know, 3000 BC. Before the pyramids. Like, it's, what? You know, the ink wasn't even dry yet on the Ballads of Gilgamesh. Like, this is absolutely mad stuff, Ted. Do you know? Fine MX, welcome in. It's pretty cool. It's mad, the texture detail. Even if you don't like planes, you have to appreciate it. Jack, yeah, 100%, man. They didn't have wheels yet. They had to drag them. Yeah, like, that's what it's like. Wait, what? Check out the Isle of Lewis in northwest Scotland. Yeah. Like, these things are dotted all over the shop. Look, you can see that. Like, you can see these kind of circles underneath the terrain. That's a great example of it there. Then you have the passageways. Now, this is Newgrange, but, like, you get the idea, and even the art left on the stones. It's incredible. Incredible stuff. And, like, some of the archaeological finds at, you know, Stonehenge and that, like, they found some incredible things there. And where Stonehenge is very much outside, do you know, it's not enclosed at all. It is fascinating. And, like, okay, you're thinking, right, that's a fair distance now, right? Ireland over to Stonehenge. And you see this in Carnac. Into Carnac here. Wait till you see this. Here we go. Hang on now. Well, hang on. Here we go. Here's more of it here. And again, right, the layout is slightly different, but these are the standing stones of Carnac. And these go back even, like, older. Isn't it frightening? It's like, wait, what? They were so far away. So was it a case that there was cultural things, you know, as migration happened from Northern Europe, right? Was it a case that they brought their customs with them or their beliefs with them? Because what we see here, I mean, dolmens, these are all over Ireland. We have these everywhere, right? There's tons of that stuff in Ireland. And, like, some of the standing stones are massive. They're huge. And then you get into, like, these dolmen tombs, and were they dwellings, were they burials? You know, there's evidence supporting both. But they had, like, fields lined up with these things. It's quite mad. Oh, Sarum to the south of Stonehenge in the bar. Ooh. Like, that's what makes this even more fascinating, because we have people who either live near these areas, or they visited it, right? These two casually arguing. What is this? Captain Cocktail, what is your scenery? There's a bad looking monument. Man Muse. Oh, look at that, to the south of Stonehenge. Look at the layout. It's the same kind of design. You know, this Dun, a fort. If you ever hear the name Donegal, right? The Fort of Gaul, like that's what they got the names, right? They were anglicised later on in life. But a Dun is the old way of saying a fort, right? And then you had other things put in there like fjord, but that was more Viking, like Wexford, Waterford, right? Slightly different. But like Dungarvan, like Dun, Garvan, it's Dun. So that's what they are. They're forts, right? And a lot of the forts, well, they weren't necessarily, designed for military hostility. They were defenses, but they were protecting people where they lived. And that wasn't necessarily against, other tribes, although a lot of them were. It wasn't just for other tribes. It was protecting them from the elements. It was protecting them from animals, right? Think about it. Back then, where you have 95% coverage of the entire island in trees and forests, I mean, you wouldn't know what was alive back then, right? The Stonehenge is absolutely fascinating, and what makes it stand out so much is because we just don't know categorically what was it. What was it? Like, what was the deal here, lads? what was this for? Like, why and how did they build it? And like, if you go to Wales where the quarry was, which is over here, neck of the woods, right, where they mined it. Was it up here somewhere? Here you go. See this stone circle? Well, they reckon this is the same layout of what they used down the road. I say down the road, 140 miles away, right? All the way down at Stonehenge. And this circle, this stone circle, again aligned with the solstice. But when you look at these stone circles, these are way more closer to what we'd see in northern France, in Carnac. Standing stones. This sort of crack, look. But I think of the distance between it. Mrs. GPHI, upside down and she's late. But it's good to see you, Mrs. Welcome in. I think this is fascinating. And like, you know, yes, we can look at the grand landmarks, you know, the pyramids or Imperial Rome or, do you know what I mean? These, which they're recognizable, we don't really spend a lot of time trying to figure out what the hell was this all about? You know what I mean? And I think it's fascinating. And it's because we just don't know enough about it. Like, if these were mined all the way friggin' here, 140 miles away, all the way over. But then you're thinking, well, sure, hang on, in Newgrange, I mean, they did something similar. There was rocks and stuff brought in from, like, all the way out of the north, quarries. Right? Like, these are all tombs, if you like. Newgrange, it was known for tombs. And, like, if you're ever to see where the sun comes through, like, it looks class. And, like, you're thinking, 3,200 BC, they managed to build this in such a way that, like, the sun comes, like, what? How did they manage that? Have we got a picture of it here at the solstice? I'm sure we have, lads. And this is a big to do every year. There's a waiting list for years to get access to Newgrange. For years. Do we not have a picture? Wait now. Wait now. Any old moment now we'll have a picture of light coming into the crypt. Jesus, we don't. Then again, I suppose not so many people get the chance to actually go into the crypt. They used to televise it. Don't they say mass there or something? Jesus, do we not have a photo inside? Newgrange interior. Newgrange interior. Aha. I mean, look at this sort of crack. Isn't that mad? Like, it lights up the whole thing. It's crazy looking. Isn't that crazy? Like, it's mad. It's built in such a way that on the solstice, the sun will shine right in and lights up all the inscriptions. Like, it's just incredible. Absolutely incredible stuff. And when you see the layout and the building and the size and this, you know, it's so very similar to what you have over at Stonehenge. Even these designs, see these designs, well, you know, they're classed as like Celtic designs or whatnot. But like, a lot of people think, well, are these like a map? Are they like a map of what's actually outside? The layout of where these tombs are? I mean, that's what they think, right? It's the Teletubbies Hill. Ah, lads, I think it's mad. We just don't know enough about these sites. It's fascinating. Newgrange, I think it's fairly well documented now. An advantage of Ireland, like less people, and you know what I mean? It's fascinating stuff. Absolutely fascinating stuff. Right, we'll turn back on multiplayer. It is time to hit the road, Jack. We're gonna head down to Southampton, where the Totos have put on a spread of beautiful cups of tea and things that taste like more. Right, let's see what happens. Are we ready, sports fans? So from here to there, let's go back to live weather. That'll do. And we shall go, what time of the day? Jeez, is that the wind? Oh yeah, it's proper windy here. Right, let's see what happens. Why did it come off live weather? There we go. That looks better. Are we ready? Experts are usually guessing. It's crazy. Right, oh Jesus, go handy Murph. Yep, see Daisy. Riot. We say goodbye to New... Oh, look at the cows and sheep. Barbara.
Hello there.
Do you know? I drove past the Stones in France and stayed in a camo down the road. Jack, no way. Yeah, it's nuts, right? It's mad, yeah. It's mad, like. So Stonehenge, definitely on the list of places I need to visit. Definitely. You found Elvis? Alright, what was Stu saying? We're going to overfly, is it Boscombe down on the way to Southampton? Secret squirrel stuff used to happen there. Really? Ooh. Very good. Right, straighten up. Easy now. Yildiz. How did I forget Stu? Easy now, Jemima. Hell yeah. Where's me multiplayer? Well done, Murphy. You've shagged it now. Get to the chopper. News fam, will you do us a favour? Will you invite me to a group? Because my multiplayer is shagged. So I need to be invited to a group for it to work again. But yeah, Malky, great shout for Viper there. If you get the chance, Portsmouth, the naval base in Portsmouth is amazing. LP Patrol, good to see you. Murph in the Action News, Choppa, Doc Nader, welcome in. Quokka, welcome in. Good to see you guys. Mind yourself, Muse, you legend. Group invitation. How do we... Oh, don't crash. Oh, the sim is going to crash. I don't believe you. Oh, no, it didn't. It's alive. Slowly. How do we... Accept. Right. Resume. Jesus, Muse fan is flying with nice weather, look. Did this fix it? I'm all alone. There's no one here. Why is there no one here? What's going on? Had to ride through the naval base in the Land Rover. Captain Cocktail, thank you very much. It works! It fixed itself! Muse fan, you genius! Brilliant. Quokka was here earlier. Jesus. You were quiet. Captain Cocktail, thank you very much indeed. 5 gifted tier 1 subs to the Twitch community. Thank you very much. Lads, if you've just got a tier 1 sub, thanks to Captain Cocktail. Do be sure to say thank you. Sparker in VR, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. Muse, excellent work, my guy. Excellent work. We took off from Stonehenge. We're heading now to Southampton. And it's just looking absolutely gorgeous now. You know, going along tonight to say, oh Jesus, we are. But we're nearly done, lads. That's the good thing, right? We're almost finished. I ran late, but sure, listen, you know, could have been worse. Right. We'll be there in about 18 miles, lads. You could, Muse. You could. Oh, look at this. What's all this then? Aircraft circles. Aliens. I told you it was the aliens. All right. Right. LP Patrol, no worries, buddy. Art, thank you very much indeed. Cheers, buddy. Appreciate your help on that, man. Put it on to storm mode. Will you check off? They look good. They look like good fields for the farmers of Farm Sim. Farm Sim farmers rejoice. We have found greener pastures. Gorgeous. This is pretty. I've really enjoyed this chopper flight, lads. It's been class, isn't it? Whoa! Just got a massive raid by 757 Spy. Dave, a very good evening to you. Welcome in, guys. Hope you had a lovely stream. We just left Stonehenge and need to put the old spies onto that one, figure out. Muse, stop changing the weather! For crying out loud, it's raining now, look. I'm a passenger to all of this. Let me see. Canuden, welcome in. Dave, thank you very, very much indeed for the raid. Hope you're well, buddy. Muse, fix the weather. We can't be having this. Jesus. Will you fix the weather? Make it nice, you divil. We were enjoying beautiful countrysides and then you've just gone and made it all Irish looking.
Myself.
Lads, if you haven't already, do be sure to rumble over to 757 Spies channel. Dave, lovely, lovely guy, and an amazing community, and some awesome flight sim content. So do be sure to rumble in, give a follow. Chilled Chris, welcome in. Inquiring Mind is currently flying an Icon in Hawaii. Ooh. I changed it back. It'll fix in a minute. Muse, change it. Oh, oh no!
Time is DA40. We are about 9 miles out of the initial approach fix for runway 20, where we will be performing a full stop landing. Report established. Southampton traffic.
Southampton traffic, November 235 Romeo Mike, is a H500 helicopter inbound from the northwest with severe weather. We expect to be landing set down on the ramp in about 10 minutes. Southampton. Right. Trucking tomorrow. Yes, we've trucking tomorrow.
Hello there.
Mike, thank you very much indeed. Wild helicopter incoming. It's a terrible mess. A terrible disaster has befallen us. But we seem to be okay now. Model matching on point tonight. We've had floating Saabs, floating Airbus, floating Boeings even, you know. Muse! Muse! Put it back to daytime! Cut it out. Although it does look terribly nice at night time, but they can't see a shagging thing. Oh, Jesus. Would you make it daytime, you divil? Good, yeah, in fact, good luck you flying the Alouette at night time. You can bring the fella nowhere. I can't see a shagging thing, look. Although it looks nice at night time, I'll give it that, you know. I changed it back, did you? We're going to get like freaking strobe lighting effects now on me screen in a second. How many runs do you do when trucking? We do a few. It's usually about like 2 hours or so. It's obviously slow to update. Muse. I don't know how I'm going to get you back yet, but I know I'm going to get you back. And know this. I will spend considerable time planning my revenge. Right? Jesus! I'm blind! Do we use mods? We do. LP Patrol, all the details are over on our Discord channel.
Dreamy, sleepy, nighty, snoozy, snooze.
You can't get a word in, Edgeway's here. And what now? Ah, yeah, right bunch of funny lads, you lot. Great bunch of lads, yeah. Having the crack to said. Great bunch of lads. This looks lovely now, you know. As we ramble in, I just know now. I bet you himself and Stu and old veteran, they're like, just before touchdown, give him a hurricane at night time and no visibility in the snow.
Soft landing of the apron, and soon be pouring in for tea and biscuits.
Tea and biscuits sound lovely. This is going to be great. There's tea and biscuits waiting for us at the airport. Compliments of the Totos. Brilliant. But they're stabbing me finger. Oh. So I cut my finger earlier, right? I nearly lost my whole arm, so I did, because the cat went at my finger. It's very sore. That's a good, 300 millimeters, I'd say, Oh, desperate, right? Buy Muse and Everton kit. I can't mess too much because I have to fly in it too. Oh, it looks terribly nice. Taog's Hangar, this is the H500. It's such a beautiful helicopter. Looks great, sounds great, flies great. It's superb. There is an unknown person in my plane, says QC Frank. Don't make eye contact. Right, we're nearly there. Wait, we are nearly there. It's just over by yonder. Is it now? Beautiful. We'll ramble this way a bit. Is it now? We're low on fuel, so we just had enough to do what we wanted to do tonight. We got a little bit. About a quarter tank. Hey, Brett Blaze, good to see you, Brett. Welcome in, buddy. Hope you're well. How goes it, man, dude? It looks amazing, Mike. It's so nice, man. Flying in around the UK, the UK and Ireland are done very well from the terrain mesh and satellite imagery.
Established on the localizer for Lovely 20. Full stop. Set that to
Ooh. But yeah, it's a beautiful heli. I love the rotor animation. No, we're using St. Engine's Groupie, so we can actually talk to one another over the airwaves. It's pretty awesome. It's genius. Stu, really glad I flew a heli tonight. Hardly ever fly and really enjoyed it. Oh, nice, man. I'm delighted you enjoyed it. Right. There's our airport. What's the name of this? The Southampton's football ground? St. Mary's, is it? I think it's St. Mary's. Right. Duck down into my seat so I can see what I'm looking at. Yes. Yeah, St. Mary's. Do you think Vatson would allow this? Mike, yeah, it's fairly, yeah, it is. There's a fair bit of poke in the L machine. I'm also using a bit of reshade just to kind of sharpen things up. Stu, take it fierce handy. We'll see you soon, buddy. Where's a good spot for me to touch down? We'll ramble over this way. Easy now.
For flight 828, 5 mile final. Full stop. Runway 20. Southampton.
What's this in here, look? Interesting. It's mad, like, you fly over to different terrain and you're looking down thinking, hey, what's that all about? Like 2 circles right here in Southampton. Toto! What's going on with them 2 big circles by the airport? Did you put them there? Right, Murphy, easy now. Jemima. No, that's not easy now at all. That's getting us thrown around the place like a mad joke. Easy.
Approaching runway
Oh no.
20.
No. Jesus, don't crash into the...
Caution.
It's alright. I fixed it. You're alone in your house. You literally had a jump scare looking at that person in your cockpit. That's so funny, Frank. Ah! Who's that? Jesus, Murphy, go handy. Easy. Oh, jeez. Easy now. Yes. Now we'll gently put the machine down. Yes.
It's the pilot.
Just takes a moment to kind of, Jesus, reconfigure ourselves. Don't hit the building. Right. Plop it down there now. It should be grand, look. Excellent choice. Do you have road traffic off? Does it help with the sim performance? I have it on. Doesn't help with the performance. You've seen me for here too. Come on, Muse. You'd be amazed at the stuff you have. Let me see. Al Creations TV. Welcome in. Or maybe it's AI Creations. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Right. There's a man flying himself. Ah, lads. I've seen it all now. Isn't that brilliant?
Oh no. What happened? What happened? Oh no, how terrible. That's just awful. How terrible. Oh no.
Oh, jeez. Right, anyway, let's do the thing. Should be grand. Yes. 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 Let's see here now. Jen's off. 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 All right. And I'm sure we have a rotor brake of some description. We do. Ladies and gentlemen, there we have it. Johnny Mon is here. Good to see you, buddy. There were no cars on the road, are you sure? I thought there was. There's a train. Uh-oh. Oh no. Don't do this now. Wait at that speed. Look at that ridiculousness. Now you're threshing. Yeah, we've no cars here. What's the beef with that? What if we go down towards the road? Will we get it from an LOD? It's like 28 days later or something. If only that road was as quiet in real life as you. You know, brilliant. He stole Wonder Woman's invisible jet. Wonder Woman! Right, lads, I have to say, that was a lot of fun. Model matching aside, it was a lot of fun. And, well, thank you also very, very much indeed for joining me this evening as we checked out part 4 of our landmark series. Series 1, this was Stonehenge.
Flight 808, clear of runway 20. We're just going to taxi for April here. On your mark.
Toto has brought tea and biscuits. But yeah, it's been awesome getting to fly this. There's Heisenberg inbound, Captain Cocktail on the ramp, nicely, or coming off to the runway onto the ramp. Nice to be here first time, thanks to 757 Spy. So nice. Mike, thank you very much indeed. And again, massive thanks to Dave for the raid and all the raids we got tonight, all the support we got tonight. So many people watching us, be it on TikTok, on YouTube, and of course here on Twitch. Very, very much appreciate, lads. Thank you very, very much. That was awesome fun. I mean, getting to explore these places in the sim. Ordinarily, a lot of folks wouldn't get the chance to visit these places. And what kind of makes it that much more special, a lot of people who are watching have actually visited these sites in real life, right? So they're able to share their experiences with us. So that's amazing to me, you know. So next week we're down under. We're going to Sydney, and we're going to be flying in the YS11. Ooh! So that's next Monday. Tomorrow I've no daytime stream. I should be back in time for a stream tomorrow night. We're doing some American truck sim. Wednesday night we have the news. Thursday a double header. We're going to be doing some VOR navigation during the day, and then we have a VATSIM flight into London Heathrow on Thursday. And then on Friday night, we have a pretty cool group flight moving some heavy bombers. We're going to be flying a Lancaster out of Canada down towards Michigan, and then a B-17. A couple of ferry flights. Aircraft are going for maintenance and so on. So that's all happening on Friday night at our usual 2000 Zulu stream times. So I want to thank you all so very much indeed for tuning in. That was so much fun tonight, lads. And yeah, we'll catch you tomorrow evening at 2000 Zulu, or we'll see you over in our Discord. But until then, you take care. Complimentary deluxe continental breakfast daily with afternoon hors d'oeuvres and a fully stocked honour bar. Good up there. Complimentary hot and cold beverages throughout the day. Fairmount Gold combines personalised.
I'm sorry, did you just say hors d'oeuvres?
Hors d'oeuvres. Hors d'oeuvres. Oh no, I made a terrible mistake.
Fancy pedals.
Fancy pedals.
Uh-oh.
No. This is. Listen. It's a hurricane. It's a hurricane. Oh, power off. Bit of right rudder. Bleed that speed. Oh, look at that! I gotta brake. Brake now. Brake. Oh, wait. Where's your button? Here you are.
It's a fake.
Oh, in a hurricane.
He put it onto easy mode.
Thank you very much.
Look at the state of that for a landing.
Can I just say, if you're busy any evening on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'm available.
Will you give me like tutorials or something, will you?
I'll do it.
She looks like your man. Oh no, it's a him. Oh Jesus. It looked like your one, Katie Taylor.